What's up, everybody, and welcome to Hot Takes. It is I, young Z.E.R.O, vaporwave DJ and personality, and Skeleton Lipstick is also here, but he is off camera. Everybody send out a prayer or some good vibes to the good doctor who unfortunately is a little under the weather today. Didn't tell me at all, but here he is, like a boss. Oh man, I'm now seeing that the screensaver is over the top of some things that I didn't need it to be over the top of. There we go. Anyways, we got a great guest for you guys tonight. Somebody we've been wanting to have on the show for a very long time. SkyYamaha, esteemed visual artist and musician from the Desert Southwest, and a notable member of the Desert Dreams Collective, of which we have many members in our chat right now, and valued, much loved members of the community as well. So we're very excited to have SkyYamaha on. Very honored that she was willing and able to come on the show. There he is.
Hello. Sorry, guys. I'm feeling a little under the weather. Am I too loud?
No, yeah, maybe the mic doesn't have to either like not right up on your face, or like if you can turn it down.
How about now? How we going? How we living?
It's now too quiet, but we'll find a balance somehow.
How about now? You good?
We will find a way. Love will find a way.
We'll figure it out.
I can attenuate as needed. But
I
yeah,
can attenuate too.
Yeah, thank you, man. But yeah, the doc is a little under the weather, so everybody send him some positive vibes today.
Guys. I'm very sorry.
I don't think you owe anyone an apology. We want to welcome everyone here, whether you be an OG, whether you be a mod, whether you be a first-time chatter, or just somebody who's like kind of new to Hot Takes. Thank you for being here. A lot of fun tonight. We'll talk some more about Sky, but we want to just kind of make sure that everybody knows we got a lot of cool things that you can do. For instance, if you put an emoji in the chat, it goes across the screen, and there's a lot of commands that you can use. For instance, Discord, exclamation point, donate, exclamation point. Comp, you get the new comp. Hot Takes Volume 1 raised $1,000 for the PCRF, Palestine Children's Relief Fund. Get you some shirts, courtesy of BFant. And, of course, you can follow us on socials, whether you hit follow, whether you hit Skelly or Z.E.R.O. Follow us all, and hit Spotify. You might have noticed we had a really short pre-roll, but we got a new and updated official Hot Takes Spotify playlist with a lot of Skelly's, like, kind of more Witch House-oriented favorites, and a lot of my favorites that I've discovered over the past year. So only the best from me, like, only my absolute favorites in that playlist. Hit that exclamation point Spotify if you want to check out what Skelly and Z.E.R.O have been bumping, or check out any of the other playlists that prior guests have sent to us. Some good stuff on there. But yeah, the very, very last thing I'll just say is just please keep it cool in chat. We don't do any sort of racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, xenophobia, all that good stuff. Just be good to each other. Be kind. Talk nice. And with that being said, I want to go ahead and cede my time to Skeleton Lipstick.
Ready?
You got those Recs ready, Doc?
I do.
Also, it's still really dark in the room. Is there any way you could get like a...
Yeah, once you start talking, I'm gonna go flip some lights on.
You're a real one, man. Thank you.
Once again, mainly because I was...
Sorry to do that to you. But your beautiful face is just kind of grainy.
Yeah, let me tell you. Yeah. I may be sick, but the show must go on. I got this. We gotta do it. We do it live.
Hell yeah. Fuck it. All right, let's get those Recs, man.
Okay, so the first album that I want to recommend, and that maybe you guys have listened to it yet. You must have listened to this one yet already. Have you guys listened to the new Christ album?
Ooh.
www.
No, I need to.
Because if you haven't,
no,
you got to do this.
I know, such a Philistine.
You got to go listen to this album. No, a Philistine. No. You just got to go listen to this album. In fact, let's bring that up for a second. I think that might be the biggest barrier of entry for some people. Is they think that maybe sometimes they think John's music might be too cerebral, but they're usually thinking that without even actually, I think, experiencing it. Because to be honest with you, I've always found John to make music that's very appealing to people. Now, I think just because John is very high-minded himself, maybe they think that sometimes it's a difficult entry point for him, but not at all, and not in this album especially. www is really, really fun. There's a lot of tension that's going on in this album, and a lot of really a lot of grooves happening on it too. So, but the thing about like a Christ groove is that, and one of my favorite things about when Christ makes grooves is that there's like an impending sense of doom and anxiety that's going along with it. So like they feel almost like like marching through war, like, which is very appropriate. Ooh. Considering the cover of this album with the hilarious that, I mean, John has a great sense of irony, so like, looking at the cover, you can see how it matches the rest of the songs that are involved in the album. I've had a lot of time to really digest the theme completely as of yet, because honestly, I just listened to it about a week ago or so, but I know there's always a big overarching thing going on, and I know that if I look online or ask him, he'll tell me what it is, but I'd actually prefer not to know what it is yet.
Interesting. But okay.
Eventually, I will go read and talk to him probably and ask him what the whole thing's about, but right now, it's really just fun to kind of experience the music. You guys got to hear this right now. I mean, I'm going to recommend the song Trenches.
Ooh.
I'd recommend the whole song. Maybe most of you guys have heard Doom Scroller. I know that's on the album, but like this is a great album, and I think it's his best production yet.
Really?
I like all this.
Okay.
I've been a tremendous fan of John since forever. So, but I want more people to listen. So I want you all to listen to this album. It's a great album. It's really fun. WWW by Christ. I've got the CD of it. So yeah, let's do that one. Another album I want to recommend is I think I've recommended a bunch of music by this person before, but I'm going to do it again, which is an artist named of Soulcraft.
Oh, yeah, with a triangle between the two words?
Yeah, along with like Twin Pines Mall. Like, probably one of my favorite producers that comes from this world. And
I love that qualification that comes from this world.
Oh, I mean, I guess this scene.
You're fine. I think that's cool.
Sure. Let's keep it poetic. That sounds great. Yeah, there's an album by him called Stranger, which is my favorite one. This album has a lot of interesting arrangements where there's a combination of sometimes you're dealing with samples, sometimes you're dealing with real music. It's that old, I like it when you can't tell what's what sort of argument that a lot of people like to use.
That's
I like
the good stuff.
But this is just, I don't know, wherever it comes from, I don't know. It's great. I think that it's definitely the work of somebody who feels a lot of things, is maybe haunted by a lot of things, but also has a great command over song structure and just a great command over creating music in general. My favorite song from that album is Embodied. And and also he's got a new song out called Dragon Bondage, which I have not listened to
Dragon
yet.
Bondage. So. That's hardcore. That's like an in-rail song title.
Yeah, it is. So the last album I'm going to recommend tonight is... I know. I'm going to recommend... I don't think I've recommended this one yet. It's by Z.E.R.O. Z-E.R. Number.
The Z.E.R.O. Right? Yeah. Now, is that the visual artist, Z.E.R.O?
Z.E.R.O. Well, he's also a visual artist.
Nice.
He does both.
Shout out
Z.E.R.O. Trash Music, or Z.E.R.O. or whatever he's going
Z.E.R.O.
by
Trash
right
Wave,
now.
I think.
Or Trash Wave, that's right. But I know that sometimes that changes. Sometimes it's got the Japanese on it. Sometimes it doesn't. Or either way, I'm a big fan of his. You should go check out a bunch of his work. He has a lot of albums.
I need to check out everything you've ever recommended.
Each one of them is different. Each one of them is different. He's one of those extremely restless artists. By the way, do I sound okay?
You sound okay. You could use a little more low end, but you're fine.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, but that just may not be something that can be helped.
I just clicked a button on my phone. On my phone on this thing. All right.
That actually sounds pretty good.
Does it? Okay, cool. I mean, I can play with this mic. Once again, guys, I have been sick all yesterday and kind of all today. And I got the text from Isaac being like, "You're gonna come join us?" And I was like, "Oh fuck!" And I was sleeping when he said that, but I'm here. It's all right. But the album I want to recommend by Z.E.R.O. So of all the cool albums that he's recommended, that I've listened to by him, which they all sound different. My favorite ones is one called Black Magic. It's a very interesting trip, I think, through some like techno dystopia, right? And this is the right guy that you want to listen to a techno dystopia album from,
Hell yeah. But
if I had to recommend one album, a song off Black Magic, it is the song Smokescreen, which is actually, I think, maybe this is one of my favorite songs ever written. I don't even consider it a
that's
song.
high praise.
I consider it a spell. Yeah, that's why I was like, did I recommend this album yet? I'm not sure if I did, but I'm going to. If I haven't, then that's criminal of me not to have. And the album is called Black Magic. So, and the song I really love on it, I love all the songs on it, but the song Smokescreen in general is one of my favorite songs ever written. So it's got
Wow.
some got some black metal vibes to it, but not
Ooh.
black metal. But it's got some black metal melody happening in it, but like done and slowed down and put through this like dirge but also like it's very it's produced in a very interesting, modern, well, not modern in that it's using interesting like techniques to obfuscate sound, sort of way. I don't know. Just go listen to the song Smokescreen.
Dude, I'll take it.
And I can never get enough of it. So
I especially
okay,
like
those are my recs.
I like that you're putting your favorite songs in. I need to do that from now on. That's a huge thing because some people, myself included, don't want to listen to the whole album immediately. Like, just tell me what your favorite track is so I can decide if my, non-committal ass wants to get into the rest of the album. So good on you for that. Got to recognize you for that. So we've done this show. This is like our 67th episode. I'm starting to run out of hot takes, but I went to a live show and got some.
What's that?
Oh, it was great. It was really fun. Went with Roche Corp. Don't want to go into story time, but we had a great time. Unlimited pours at a beer festival. So did a lot of drinking. Saw a lot of cool artists. My good buddy Orograph helped me out. And
shout out Orograph, friend to the show.
Yeah, shout out Orograph. But anyways, just want to talk about like just like stuff I've observed, over my time. I guess just like etiquette, like from the side of show attendees and performers. And yeah, get that light on if you don't mind.
I'm gonna do
Thank
that.
you. You're a real one for that.
I just want to put you on speaker while I'm doing that.
The fact of the matter is I mean, these are my subjective opinions, but I feel like some people go to these live shows and just feel like the artist when they're walking around just doing shit. I've seen people walk up to artists and just demand their time and attention, and maybe not even in a way that they realize, but just like I've seen people, God bless them, even people we've had on this show, like just dominate an artist's time for like 15 minutes, just talking their ear off, just completely unaware, like with no like self-awareness that they're absolutely there we go. There's that beautiful light. Thank you. You're gonna look so much better once you get back in the camera frame. But I just gotta say, guys, if you go to a show, and maybe I'm on the opposite end of this because I always feel like I'm bothering people and don't really know what to say, so it's like awkward as fuck. You should have seen me talk to Comtrues. It was so awkward. But anyways, like, don't just jaw at an artist for 15 minutes. I promise you, like, you're having a great time, and you're probably the only one. Just don't do it. Get your question in. Get something signed. Have a fun story to relate. I don't know. And I'm not, like, Mr. Cool with artists, but just don't take up 15 minutes of their time. Please. It's cringe. Let me know in the chat if I'm wrong. Also, if you're an artist, your fans want to talk to you. Don't hide from them, please. Or, most importantly, don't disrespect your fans. Like, just, I get it. Like, sometimes some people have been playing a lot longer than others, and they've been to hell and back, and it's no longer fulfilling. I've not been there, but I can empathize. But, like, just I don't know. I'm trying to ride the balance between empathizing, but also being like, you got to do what's right for your fans, and you gotta be nice to your fans. You can't yell at them or like just dick around with them or hurt them. And I'm not saying anyone's done this, but like, just if you're an artist, just talk nice to your fans. Do what you got to do, within reason. But also don't let them talk to you for 15 minutes. You're allowed to say, hey, I got places to be. So, like, that's just my humble ask, and that's all I've got to say. If you're an artist, give your time, a reasonable amount of time and attention to your fans, and don't pour drinks on them or, like, yell at them or be mean to them. And if you're a fan, bro, have some self-awareness and, like, just, Don't talk your favorite artist's ear off for 15 minutes, especially if you see people waiting to talk to them. Damn. Like, all right, that sounded more like a rant than it really needed to be, but just ways that I feel like we could all be better. That's enough about that. Is everybody here ready for some SkyYamaha? Because I certainly am. SkyYamaha is somebody that I've seen many other artists express their excitement for them being on the show. Other artists love SkyYamaha. People who know them in person from their area also seem to really be fond of SkyYamaha. So, like, I haven't met anybody that's just like, oh, I'm going to sit this one out. Just saying. So, again, SkyYamaha has made some fantastic visuals. I don't want to say for sure that they were involved with a hero or Data Girl or somebody like that. Maybe we'll see. I'll just ask because my memory sucks. But anyways, they make great music. They play live instruments. At least at one of the shows that I had the pleasure of being at, she played a flute. It was super cool. So if you guys want to follow the links that Lux just posted, thank you, Lux, so you can get familiar with SkyYamaha. We're gonna go ahead and bring you on, ma'am. And thanks for getting the light on, Skelly.
I'll put more light on in a moment.
There she is. Welcome to the show, Sky.
Hell yeah. Multi-talented.
Oh, you're still muted, girl. You can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself. We gotta talk. The
there we go.
SkyYamaha is here.
There she is.
Multi-talented.
So before we start,
medium SkyYamaha. Well, I don't even really know which artist to first classify you as, a visual or musical.
Yeah, so that's why I'm particularly excited that we have you here right now in this
bitch. Me too. Thank you.
I would like to know what you think about what I said as far as like just concert going etiquette. Do you agree, disagree? Feel free to disagree and correct me, but like, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have much. I mean, like, I've done a lot of bad things at shows, I feel like. So
I have too. I think we all have.
Same.
And like, I've even been kicked out of the club one time for dancing.
What? You got kicked out?
Too much?
I mean, yeah. That was a long time ago. But
dancing too much. That's a pretty lame club, dude.
Who gets kicked out of a club?
It was my birthday too. It was
That's
really,
like a club from like
on your birthday?
A musical where they're like, oh, we're gonna outlaw dancing.
Like Footloose. That's what the club is for. You're supposed to go dancing at the club. It's not like you were kicked out of the Walmart because of this.
Yeah, I don't know. And they waited till I like went downstairs, used the restroom, and they like escorted me.
They escorted you out.
They waited. They want to catch you off guard because they were worried about you. They're like, we need to have backup for when they come out. When she comes out, everyone prepare yourself.
No, but I mean,
them.
I did.
It's been intense dancing.
Yeah, I mean, we could get to dancing because I'm also a dancer, but
oh, you're also a dancer?
Yeah, yes.
Jesus Christ! All right, wow, I didn't know that.
What I was gonna say is, I think there's an art to like give and take, and I think there's like kind of a learning curve to it. So I think like you do have to be respectful on both ends. Like your fans, they're very important. Like I wouldn't be here without fans, and I think community for me is like number one. Like, I wouldn't even do this if I was pretty much like... I mean, I would do it, but it wouldn't be the same way I would do it, I think.
Right.
And
that's why I try to, like, express some empathy.
I'm going to ask you more about that statement later.
I don't think you heard my take, Skelly, but honestly, Sky kind of nailed it. Like, oh, you did? Okay, my bad. But...
No, it was vague because I was running around trying to set this place up because I, like, literally, as I mentioned, had just woken up 10 minutes prior. So apologies, guys.
Do you ever just wake up and do a surgery like that?
Yeah, of course. When you're on call.
Damn. All right.
Yeah. So that's like
SkyYamaha got kicked out of the club for dancing, and Skelly can do a surgery within 2 minutes of waking up.
Which is crazy because she's a professional dancer, so she knows how to dance.
You really are a professional dancer.
You think they want to keep her there?
Actually, but there was like a time in my life where like I was like 19 or something, and I was like gonna try out for some NBA basketball cheerleading.
What?
I'm not that
cool. This is a great episode already.
Professional. I mean, I understand. Like, I don't even know.
I'm gonna center you a little bit better
professional
here.
Is in like you had studied it. You had like you didn't go to school for it, but you were confident. You had the skills. I mean, I haven't gone to school for like music producing. I didn't go to school for music producing. I don't even know how that works, honestly. But yeah. Anyway.
Welcome to Hot Talkies. Skelly is going to ask some questions for about an hour.
My turn
and then the Please hold all your questions for the top of the hour.
I eat some of this protein cereal to wake myself up while I'm talking. But I have
Do what you got to do.
Where are those?
They're
That's great.
Fuego.
I just noticed I just
She
noticed
got the
that. That's
Fuego
delicious.
kind.
Wow. All right. Phenomenal. All right. Okay. Well. Okay. Where do I want to start with you? I guess the first thing I want to ask for you: which medium did you first connect to?
Which medium?
You work in a lot of different mediums.
Oh
and
my
you do
gosh.
very interesting things. So hold on, because not only do you work in
Like a
obviously
spirit
you work
medium?
in- well, no. Well, she obviously
I
works
guess
in
I'm not
visuals,
sure.
and she obviously works in visuals, and then obviously works in music as well. Even with the visuals, it kind of can bifurcate from like just traditional art to the 3D art. She makes a lot of 3D animation as well. So and then obviously music, but now I guess dancing too is a thing for you. So just really, I think you seem to be a very curious person. Like you like to understand how things work, and once you understand it, you like to see how you can express your personality through it.
Yeah.
Big fan by the way. So
Thank
my
you.
first question, you're welcome. My first question, I guess, is which is the first medium of art when you were a kid that you were first drawn to? Were you first drawn to like looking at visuals, listening to music? I don't know what type of music, what type of visuals.
Yeah, I mean, I have like a picture of me when I'm like 1 or 2, and I'm like at the Yamaha, which is the Yamaha DX7. So I
Sick.
was like
Very
definitely
sick.
playing around with that. But then like shortly thereafter, my mom, she loves to tell this story. Like I was really into art.
You were next to
drawing.
DX7, so someone had a DX7 in your family, or
Yeah,
you're
my
at
dad bought it. We lived in Germany for a while when I was a baby, and he bought
Wow.
it there. And it's like so
Unreal.
vintage that like the amp has to have a transformer, and it's like it's but it's like really awesome. I love it. But yeah, so there's pictures of me, and I know I was playing around with that, but like I would say like drawing is actually my first thing I ever did. Like
You draw
was-
too? Unreal. Wow.
there's actually there's a few people in
Truly
the
an
scene
artist's
that I will
artist.
shout out that also do like a ton of things like that too. So yeah,
You were
but-
drawing first. Okay.
Yeah, and I remember my mom was telling me like I drew a picture of someone looking in a mirror, and it was like she was like, "Oh, it was so 3-dimensional." I don't know. She loves to hold that story, but
What were you drawing?
oh yeah, so it was just like a picture of someone looking at themselves in the mirror.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's interesting because it's layered. Drawing a picture of somebody looking at themselves.
Yeah.
Self-reflective. That probably means something. Okay.
The
So
artist's
did you just
self-portrait.
continue to do that? Was it something that you did when you would have free time? You just explored that part of yourself?
Oh no, like I couldn't focus in school. Like I have ADD really bad, probably, and like undiagnosed autism, and I would just like all I would do is draw. Like I wouldn't focus in school. Like, and then when I
That your comfort zone,
discovered
basically
anime
making
and
the art.
Oh, then you
Okay.
discovered
Is that your
anime?
comfort
Oh
zone?
shit.
yeah.
Oh
So then
man.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a manga artist when I grow up, you know.
Right.
Was that your comfort zone? Basically, kind of working, creating your own little world through animation and art.
I mean,
make it
yeah,
kind
it
of
was
just easier?
definitely like I would say it was more escapism because like I wouldn't say I had like the great like I'm not that happy about my childhood, but yeah, so I would say it was like escapism.
Yeah, I understand that a lot. Yeah, absolutely. You can find like comfort in creating your own little worlds. Maybe the world isn't speaking the right language to you, but so you can make your own language when you use art. I've always found it to be like that. Like this language that happens around me isn't my favorite language. I can deal with it, but
That's well
I couldn't
said.
deal with it 24/7. I need to like go home and make something, and that's when you go home and you make something. That's you kind of like speaking your own language, and you're like having a conversation with yourself almost when you make these art forms. When you go back and forth and you look at how you can refine it, and you're like, well, maybe one day I'll do this well enough that I can communicate who I am to people through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's how I kind of felt about it too, about art and all this stuff. And I think that I find that a lot of people are some kind of similar concept to what I'm saying in their own heads. So I guess my question next is, what music did you first start listening to when you were a kid? Because now I know about what kind of art you were starting to start off with. And if you want to shout out any animes, or
I bet it was
mangas
like
you were reading.
DDR music.
You're pretty. I mean, like, yeah, we're getting there. No, so my dad's an engineer, but like he also
Sick.
is a early classical composer. Like, and-
Whoa.
Whoa, really?
Yeah,
Really? So you
he
had a
actually
lot of
has like
music
a lot
going
of fans too. It's kind of funny.
Well, that's
Yeah, he does,
badass.
Yeah, he
That's
composes
badass.
like fugue and counterpoint, and I think like my whole
Whoa.
childhood. Yeah, I don't understand it. I'm honestly I don't. But my whole childhood was always like Bach and like Gregorian chant and like all of this classical music, like almost exclusively.
yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, up until the point my mom put me in dance class, and then I remember the first song like I ever heard was Quadrophonia, The Wave of the Future, and it like was like, oh my god, there's a whole world of music. I don't
Wait,
Yeah,
how old were you
so-
when you heard
So
that?
you came up in that era where Gregorian chant was like wildly popular for
Oh my god.
like a
Oh, I
crispy
remember
5
that.
years.
Even my parents bought that.
Like that one cover art where all the monks are like floating. some
To-
Mortal
the
Kombat shit.
first- yeah, my mom got on that wave too for a little bit, you know, and like I guess like that was like a whole thing for like suburban, you know, families like that. I don't know who made that. She must have been on some like daytime talk show with the Gregorian chant people, to make that reach, you know, suburban New Jersey. Let me ask you: did you say the first album that you listened to, the Who? Is that? Are you referring to the Who album, Quadrophenia?
No, I think I actually don't know. It's just like the only song I never remember. It's called The Wave of the Future, and it's just like
Wave of
so
the Future.
90s, like I don't know.
Wait,
it's
Is it like dance?
Quadrophonia?
Like
dance, yeah.
you remember back when they didn't know what to call it, so
Quadro- I
all
gotta
electronic
listen,
music was
'cause I'm familiar
dance
Yeah, exactly.
Quadrophonia, the Wave of the Future.
or
'Cause I'm-
techno.
what is it? Oh, yeah. Okay, I know who this is now. This is in the early '90s, like in the same vein as like the Real McCoy and stuff like that. Okay, all right, because you said
Oh,
Quadrophonia.
Lux found it.
and I'm
Shout
like,
out Lux.
And I'm like,
There's a
I
link
never-
in chat.
I thought I was like, oh, she means Quadrophenia, the famed the Who's album, which they also did a movie based off of, right? Which is about like the mods first, like it's a really interesting movie too. You guys should check it out. About, like the guys on the tiny little mod motorcycles. It was about mod culture in Britain
Mods.
in the 70s.
Oh, okay, yeah. In the
It's
80s,
really,
right?
it's really 70s, really.
Mods
for
were around in
that,
the
late
70s? I didn't know that.
Yeah, probably more in the
Did
late
not
70s
know that.
and early 80s. But that was in Britain, you know what I mean? And
I got you. Probably took a
the
second to
Who
get to
album,
America.
and movie that's about that. So this is Quadrophonia. Okay, now I see what you're. This is like this is totally like early '90s, like you know, dance, like dance synth stab stuff. All right,
Exactly.
so that was your introduction.
Let me figure out it's a
Oh,
deep
wow.
ass fucking cut.
That was your introduction to there's other music out there. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's a little crazier.
yeah.
Because like the Who, that'd be like, oh yeah, the Who, of course, obviously it's an introduction to pop and rock and everything, and experimentation. But the Quadro, so how did you hear Quadro? Was it on the radio?
No, it was in this like dance class I took as a young child, and then so
Wow,
yeah, we
that's a
did
really
dance
interesting
to
one.
it.
So you did dance to it. So you combined your artistic
Yeah,
mediums
exactly.
together. Wow. All right.
Yeah.
So from Quadrophonia, how old were you when this happened? You must have been pretty young.
I was young. Yeah, like 7 or 8.
That's good. Where did you go from there? After you heard Quadrophonia,
Oh my God,
where'd you
so
go
the
from
other-
there? You obviously want to hear other things.
Well, I guess the other thing is because my dad's an engineer, is like he loved Kraftwerk, and like he would play that
Oh, hell
computer
yeah.
Loops, like album, like the Pocket Calculator, and it was just
Oh
like,
yeah,
you know,
I'm the operator.
My pocket
That song
calculator.
fucking smacks.
so
Dance
much
to
so.
That's a great album. I mean, that's like
So good.
Computer Love in general is such a great album. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like everything about that album,
Computer.
from the sonic design to it, to the visual layout for it. That's great. Love that. So prescient too, right? How predictive of that was it?
Oh
was that
yeah, the
album
We Are the
future?
Robots was on that album.
It was. Very prescient album. So you got into some very interesting stuff. Young, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like it takes sometimes people, or it takes a lot. Well, a lot of times it's difficult to get to that first because it's just a little bit hidden. And so it's really cool that your dad had that around. That you're combining idea of all this like classical composition with this sort of like interesting electronic sounds that are coming up and stuff from like both the 80s, because you know Computer Love was very formative in influencing a lot of new wave music, and then the other like Quadrophonia is very emblematic of like that like 90s face Real McCoy. Like you guys go listen to like that. I know who this band is now. I vaguely remember them from the radio back then, so like it's very fun stuff, you know. If you like the early 90s sound for synthesizers, you're gonna like this. So that's kind of an interesting combination of two like sort of like clashing versions of electronic music to come together. And like if you've been exposed to Computer Love and early 90s like radio rave music, there's no way you weren't eventually gonna find your way into this world of music. That's like that was too late for you. Yeah, like that happened.
Oh, yeah, she got started early.
That's gonna do something. So So did your dad have you playing music at a young age, piano, things like that, or what?
Yeah, so my dad's he plays the lute, which is like incredible.
No fucking
The
way.
lute?
Dungeon
Yeah.
synth. All right.
Yeah, because you come on out with the DX7, right? There you go, Dungeon Synth.
Yeah,
Your
hopefully
dad sounds
someday I
cool
can
as
fucking
collab
funny.
with him. Yeah,
Too fucking
but
funny.
yeah, but and he plays the guitar, and like both my parents play like piano, but they didn't actually teach me any of that. Like they put me in like flute lessons really young, and then I did that for a few years. It's kind of funny because like I actually only did it for a few years then, and then I didn't pick it back up until someone like randomly like a few years ago was like, "Oh, you have a flute? Let's like can you like do a track for me or whatever." So I was like, "Oh, I gotta have to remember how to play again." But I only did that for a few years, and then my mom got me a violin, and I played that for a long time. Like a really long time.
Badass.
Okay. All right. What was some other music that you start? Well, okay, so I know you're listening to when you're very young, but let's talk about what you start listening to when you're like getting to be a teenager and things like that. Because I think it's one thing to listen to music when you're very young. That's great. That's going to be formative. But it's usually I find when people are like in middle school, early high school is when they start rebelling against their sort of normal training. You know what I mean? Or like, what am I going to do something that feels like me? What's going to be my specific thing? And
right.
Then, when you kind of break away from the influence of like the older brothers or the parents or the
my
friends. So what did you start listening to when you were like late middle school, early high school?
Yes, it's definitely the anime to J-pop pipeline.
Of course.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the soundtracks for the anime, obviously, right?
I know my friend Laura Harrell is in the chat. She'll
fuck yeah.
Laura.
Shout out Laura.
She's known me forever, but like it was like Rurouni Kenshin has this like TM Revolution song Heart of Sword, and it was like, let's sing and let's like learn Heart of Sword, and then like Slayers was like a big thing. And
were you a big fan of the anime music videos?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and she actually showed me a lot of those, like because like I want to say like 10 or 15 years ago there was like a huge explosion of like AMV stuff that just was so cool. Like I don't know, like Nostromo is like the big person that I still come back to. I'm like, God, that blew my mind. Like
yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
Nostromo's great. Oh, so that was when you really like, oh whoa, I like this is let's move to this. And then so you started working with your friend started working with you?
Oh no, we were just like really into that kind of music.
So she was the one who like,
it's like finding more shit, sharing it.
She was your compatriot. You choose your compatriot in discovering new things.
Yeah.
She was your plug.
Has propelled you even to this day to continue making things.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I mean, she's like even more into it because she like I wasn't really allowed to play too many video games growing up, so I go to her house and watch her play like
Damn.
Final Fantasy VIII or whatever it was. Yeah.
So did video game soundtracks have a big part in influencing you as well?
They do now, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then like I had a very limit. Like I only like played PC games growing up because my dad,
interesting,
he's like, really into like he's still like maintaining those computers from the 90s. Like
that's
wow.
Yeah, and
so
like
he was like, "We're a PC
Linux
supremacy household. No Sega Genesis for you, Sky."
We're a PC supremacy household.
Can I jump in and ask what some of your favorite video game OSTs are?
And
super quick.
Isaac, I was literally teeing you up for that because I figured you were going to want to.
You're such an angel. Because I have a very strong.
I'm like, I gotta give. I know I use most of the questions during stuff. I'll go let.
I want to know. I love asking.
I have to defer to the expert, basically.
Well, like top 3, top 5, or just noteworthy video game OSTs or pieces that you really like.
Okay. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I would say like the Unreal Tournament soundtrack.
Okay.
Like is really good. Of course I love like Half-Life and Portal. I love like
nice. Okay.
And oh my gosh, the Ghost in the Shell like PlayStation like game had a really awesome soundtrack.
Very cool. I have not played a lot of
those
games
recently though, so I'm like sometimes I don't play the game. I just get into the soundtrack. Like
respect to you.
Phantasy
for that.
Star Online, like I love the soundtrack.
I do want to play Phantasy Star Online. I have not played that yet.
Yeah.
Those are great entries. I'm unfamiliar with a lot of them, but I feel like they're probably going to be banging. All right. Yeah. Thanks, Skelly.
Yep.
Just had to know. Please, dude. Please take back over.
Okay, so we're gonna take a brief. Okay, so now I know. Okay, so all right, what did you start composing with at first?
So Okay, like, I actually took this like electronic music class, and we had to like.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's awesome. Really cool.
Yeah, I was like at a community college, and we had to like compose on these Kurtz files with like zip drives and like. Hey, this is kind of a funny story. Yeah, we like had a bunch of things we had to do with the song we composed. We had to do like a key change, and we had to use a sample.
Oh
And
no!
so
You had to use a sample?
Yeah,
That's
so I
cool.
picked something like Off of a Gate Crasher CD because I was really into trance, and
Nice.
I picked
Nice.
Future. I think it was like Future 2000 by Carl
Apparently, you are
Cox that I-
still really into trance.
By Carl Cox? By
Yeah.
who? By Carl Cox?
Carl Cox.
Well, of course.
Yeah,
it's Carl
Future
Cox. One of the most-
2000s song.
Carl Cox, one of the most famous and celebrated DJs of all time.
Seriously, so awesome.
I saw him 2 years ago at EDC. Actually, he was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a legend. He's a complete
Respect.
legend. Yeah, and he hasn't even really like he's like you, Isaac, too. So that Carl Cox song, that's probably like him with somebody else, because Carl Cox doesn't really make his own music. He like helps remix stuff. He's a tried and true DJ for the most part, right?
Very
You know what I mean?
interesting. Okay.
But, so like I'm like Young Shiro is like the Carl Cox of the scene.
Oh, you're too kind. I haven't gotten to the
If you knew
remixes
Carl
and
Cox, you
mashups
think I
part
was even
yet.
kinder. You think
Maybe
I was even
someday.
kinder if you knew Carl Cox was.
Yeah. Yeah, so then
So anyway,
I had
choice.
to
So-
so I had to use a sample, and then I slowed it down.
you slowed it down.
I slowed it down. I'm not
What-
saying
when
I
was
invented vaporwave at all. This was a long
I'm
time
not
ago.
saying I was invented vaporwave, but I have the receipts.
I was No, it does not sound vaporwavy at all. I don't explain
Yeah,
it. I like
yeah.
compose.
Early cred.
Well, since
SkyYamaha
I
actually
know it.
invented vaporwave.
Sorry guys, rewrite the history. It's what it is.
Oh my god, please, I don't want anyone coming.
Didn't know. You're like I don't want any smoke. Stop that.
Sorry, somebody call nobody here.
Call nobody. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Alert the producers.
Yeah, so I went from that to like Reason 4 almost immediately.
Wow.
Um,
Reason.
And I love Reason. I still use Reason. I use
You
Reason.
still use Reason.
Yeah, I still use Reason, but I use it differently. I use it in addition to Ableton. Like there's actually like a way
Wow.
you can use a VST then you can have then you get all the racks because it's all about the racks.
Let's say Reason is known best for like the several racks, the little visual
it's all about
representation of
the
the
racks.
racks that were. That's what Reason. I think that you're not alone. I think a lot. I think I know
Reason
a lot of
has a
people
nice
who
rack.
would use.
It has
Well,
a
it's
really-
like rack synthesizer racks. Like
Racks
they have a
and
little
racks.
visual representation of like a visual of all the different sort of synthesizer racks you can have. I think a lot of people would always talk about the different cool racks, and they would use that in combination with another DAW. So I think you're in good company with that choice. So okay, so you started making the music. When did you? Because I really want to ask you about the art too, actually. So I don't want to I want to kind of rewind just for a second, because I know that art was the first medium you started working with. At what point did you move from sketching anime and manga to I don't know, starting working with 3D elements and things like that? Because that's the first way I knew you was through your visuals.
So
And from your
is
visuals,
that-
Oh yeah, iconic as fuck.
Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, actually,
So-
visuals started after I released my first album
Really?
during the pandemic. Yeah, I just I was like, I want to do visuals. Like I could see, like I was inspired by so many people. And I don't know if you know this, but like my first album, like I was just mashing together random crap in like my iPhone like Photoshop app, and like Tropical Virtual like sent me a DM and was like, I made some artwork for you.
Oh
I was
man,
like, oh my God, are you
Tropical
kidding me?
Virtual.
Really?
Forgot about them. Shout out.
So, and it was like the most beautiful artwork, and like he didn't know what my album sounded like, and somehow it was like perfect. I don't even
That's
know
wild.
how it came together.
Interesting that you sort of just drew it to you. So okay, then I guess
Yeah.
after you got work from other people, you're like, I'd like to start working on this myself.
Yeah. So
Did
I've
you
also
kind of taken a break from doing a lot of visuals at that point and had been mostly focusing on music and things like that?
yeah, I would say like the visuals at that point was just something I did for fun, like sketching like that at that.
Okay, then I'm gonna table that for a second. Let's rewind and we'll get back to visuals. All right. Okay. So now you're getting a little bit more comfortable with making your own music. You've taken a course on it. You've had a background on it. You've had your dad's influence. At what point did you keep experimenting, and what did you originally sound like? What were your early influences?
Yeah. So SkyYamaha is actually my third project. My yeah, and actually, I have another project which maybe I'll talk about it if I get a moment to. But yeah, so I actually because I started raving when I was like 14 years old and was
Oh.
really, really into raving and trance and techno.
Sick.
Like, that's what I wanted to make. But of course I didn't know how to make it, and I kind of have this sort of like thing where kind of stuff kind of flows out of me and I can't really help what direction it goes. So then it would be like trance, but not really, like, you know what I mean? And so, and I tried to make industrial music because the name of my project was Industrial Eve. And
Yeah, that's a sick ass name too.
thank you. And yeah, so I was trying to make this like industrial, and it just turned out to be very experimental, like somewhat a mixture between trance, industrial, and experimental, and some like melodic stuff. But like, I also didn't have like, at that point in my life, I didn't even have like interfaces or like, I had like a Ventrilo mic from like gaming, and like I would maybe record stuff into it, and I was like using my mouse to like compose. Okay, but yeah, so back to I'm sorry, I'm like getting
No, respect for the humble
No, it's
roots.
cool. Respect. I like
Apparently,
hearing the
picture
process.
playing produced on the same old PC for like 7 years. So,
That's so cool.
respect.
Yeah, so what were you saying? Oh yeah, so then I went from that to like I took a break for a while because I went to school. I went and I got, actually my parents were like, I don't think you should, like music's gonna like be a career option. You know,
Oh,
like,
so
I
you
feel
were
like a lot
getting
of
very
people-
serious about it.
Yeah, at one point I was like, maybe I'll go to like Berkeley or something and do like, you know, like music. I don't know.
Ooh,
And I
Love the
didn't.
confidence.
And then and then my parents were like, no, I think you should do something else. So I chose something equally as lucrative, which is physics, which is not really. And so I went and I got
Whoa.
yeah, so
You're a physics major?
yeah, so I was a major, and I also did my grad degree in physics, and then I dropped out.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't
hold
finish
on.
grad school?
No, I
Oh,
just
damn.
got my master's. I left. Right.
Physics
It's
people
just-
are
it's
always
more
of all
than
the
me, damn.
sciences. Of all the sciences, the physics people are always the most artistic. As I just think that it just understanding physics does
I
requires
think
a
physics
certain
is badass, personally.
So no, I'm telling you right now, like, all the physics majors I've ever met in my life, and everyone I came into contact with was a physics major. Of all the different sciences, whether chemistry, biology, and physics, the people who major in physics have like the strongest sense of imagination, because I think that being involved in physics requires a certain sense of like imagining the way the world works, right, in a way that is invisible.
Interesting.
And so you're sort of like kind of like you got to kind of accept the idea of like unnatural forces, pushing the world together in a way that's very different from the bio or chemistry, studies. So like I think like a lot of biology people who study biology, it's very like grounded in reality, how things work, how things build on each other. Most bio majors go on to like med school, right? And then the chemistry people are much more concerned about formulas and how you create real world results of things, and so a lot of them go on into research. And then physics is about how does the invisible ghosts of the world
Good
like hold
point.
this place together and move it about, and they end up like writing plays and shit. Like I remember that was like I remember my friend who was a physics major in college, like they like wrote like a play, like a sort of like Samuel Beckett-ish play that was like put on by like 3 people by the one of the groups at Penn. So I'm not surprised that if you were a science major that it was physics. So like I'm not surprised, but I am surprised that you didn't finish the degree that you do.
Yeah,
I mean,
just
a master's
What happened
degree is
with that?
pretty. It gets hard, dude.
it's a little
Gets
bit of a long
hard.
story,
And
but
expensive.
Yeah,
Obviously, she's smart. Too. But I was just wondering. Well, something has to happen to make you think like I am done investing in this. I'm going in a different direction. So what was that? What happened?
I'm going to be completely honest for you. There's this really hard exam you take. It's called a comprehensive exam. And I took it twice. And the first time I failed it by 2 points. And the second time I failed it by 1 point.
Your
heart wasn't in it.
Oh, yeah. Skill issue.
Then I was like,
I'm just kidding. That sucks.
No, not for me.
And actually, they told me the feedback was, you're too good at certain things.
Wow, that's
That's my feedback.
ridiculous.
Wow. So they wanted you to
Okay,
have like a
I'm too
balanced
good at things. And
skill,
give me
but
the,
you were like,
they wanted me to
you
be
were
like
too
equally
specialized.
good at all subjects instead
Oh,
of
I
like
understand. Yeah.
good at
Specific
certain
things,
ones.
yeah.
Because they
Yeah,
test
yeah, I
for
understand.
different ones. Yeah.
That's dumb as fuck.
But I mean, like, this is actually what fell me, like, this is the vaporwave pipeline, like
Oh,
actually
okay.
comes from this in a weird way, because
Oh,
I went
okay.
and I worked in industry and basically like a government basement, and I only had like yeah, and it was like all this like really old hardware, like Windows 95, and me like running DOS stuff. And I worked in a software lab, and I had to like, I didn't actually know programming, I had to learn programming on the job, so I learned like some like C++, all that stuff, and that I couldn't like bring music into this area, so I had to like rely on some computer that was there, and there was a SoundCloud. And all I did was listen. Like eventually, like there's another story on how I figured out who Mesh was. Sorry, not Mesh, but Mesh was, and Home.
I still
was,
call
like,
him Mesh. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I mean,
But, like,
Mesh sounds
all
cooler,
of
but you know.
like...
I mean, I've just been doing it for so long, I can't stop now. That's the problem. Oh well, sorry, Alex.
But I would just listen to so much. I would listen to a lot of vaporwave. Like some of it, I can't even tell you what it was. It was just.
How did you find it?
I want to know this too.
I found it because my friend who I raved with, pseudonym was DJ Mesh, and when he found Nmesh, like it's just like it was like, oh, Nmesh, you know, I'm DJ Mesh, but it turned out to be like exactly like the kind of nostalgia that both of us like could connect to, just because it's just like that. You know, like that polyphonics, like
yeah.
That's a really interesting. That's a really interesting way of finding it. Is accidentally because you have a person who's a DJ that you're friends with, and you're like, oh, there's another one who says that's an interesting pipeline to this.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would have found it eventually, because I also am into memes.
I'm sure you would have, yeah.
And
you're also into what?
Yeah, like memes, like.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the meme vaporwave pipeline is very big.
Wait, so you found Mesh before you found Macintosh Plus?
Yeah.
Or FrankJavCee, because those are the biggest.
Actually, FrankJavCee was the next person I found, because like after he found Mesh, I think he went off and like found a bunch of stuff, and then he sent me the Simpsons wave.
Nice.
And I was like, yeah. And then from there, I found the vaportrap tutorial, and that used to like for the longest time, like if I would go anywhere, like out anywhere, like and you know, I didn't know how to talk to people, I'd just be like, have you seen this vaportrap tutorial?
that was your icebreaker?
Oh, dude, that's...
Have you seen this vaportrap tutorial? And that was your icebreaker with me.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
On Tinder, like, have you seen the vaportrap? Oh,
right.
Man. I hope Frank hears this.
Too.
No, oh my God.
Or I hope you've told him. Frank. I mean, sure you, see each other.
I didn't even realize I would ever get the opportunity to meet Frank, and I did.
Oh, yeah, you'll get many.
So.
Guys everywhere.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah, you can't help but meet Frank these days.
Yeah, he's fucking
everywhere.
great. Him and Vapor play everywhere.
These days.
Yeah. Yeah, so I forget, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How you found Vaporwave.
How you found Vaporwave.
Yeah, and it was funny because at the time, actually, like I had that first project, Industrial Eve, and then at that time, like after I had done, like graduated with the physics, I was done with that, and I went and I was actually making dubstep EDM music under like another alias called Sapphire Laser, and I
was
names really into that.
They're so cool.
Sapphire Laser. You okay? So did you have like X for LFO tool and stuff? Is that how you were making it?
Yes, I did. Oh my gosh. You know, it was.
No,
like
I know. I have it too. I still use it for things.
Yeah. No, it's yeah. It's definitely.
Same guy. What's his name? It's the same guy who created Z.E.R.O. So you know, it's good. It's good program.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I was making that, and then eventually, like, I don't know what happened. Like as a joke, I was also sort of collaborating with my same friend DJ Mesh, and like as a joke, I was like, I'm gonna make some Mortal Kombat wave. I don't even know what.
Fuck yeah! I literally mentioned Mortal Kombat as a joke, but you made Mortal Kombat wave.
I did, and yeah. So and
did it have Gregorian chant in it?
No, but I do have a
Gregorian chant.
I do have like a Gregorian chant song on one of my albums, right?
Yes.
The Rituals album where I'm singing. It's like at the end, so that like, you know, because I'm a little bit self-conscious about my voice still, but yeah.
Damn.
Okay, so then I guess the next thing I'm going to ask you. Okay, so now I know you started producing this stuff. All right, well, when does SkyYamaha come about?
Yeah, so this is one of those things where like I got some negative feedback from someone, and it somehow like I like it transformed my life. Like,
was it constructive or somebody was like mean?
No, it was someone was like, Yeah, this is where you learn, like, it's really hard to have friends and family as your, like, people that listen to your music, like, and your loved
Yeah,
ones.
same.
Well, you know,
It
I'm glad
really
that you
is.
brought that up because I often ask people if their friends and family listen to their music. So
Yeah, I mean, like, I do have, so other than like DJ Mesh, I have another friend that I've made music with, Master
Very
HD, who I'm gonna, yeah, we actually made a trance song together where I'm singing. It's really like when I was still doing Industrial E, but like, so I have a few friends who I like collabed with, but like, other than that, like, and then, you know, like, I do have like some supportive friends, but other than that, like, I've been very protective about it since like this one moment, like, which led me into the SkyYamaha thing, which is like, I got some negative feedback that my sounds don't sound professional.
one
Like,
fucking person had
What?
to ruin it all.
they're like, your sounds
Sounds
don't
don't
sound
sound
very
professional.
professional. Yeah, I was like
Oh
trying
my
to make
God.
dubstep too at the time, so I feel like that was
Who
like
even knows
a
what
little,
they're like? Yeah, exactly. Well, who even
yeah,
knows what when someone says that? You're like, okay, well, what do you like? What is your baseline? Yeah, it's such a vague
yeah.
thing.
No, but I feel like, so what that did two things. First off, it led me to like want to make more of the chill wave, like synth wave, like retro wave stuff. And the second thing it did is like, I'm gonna go find a producer to work with. And I went, and at the time, like, I was in this like Facebook group. This, I don't know if you know who Josh Lee is. He has like a group called Lick. He's like pretty big. He was like, I guess Rez like mentored with him or something. Like,
Okay.
anyway,
Oh, well, fuck.
he's local
Okay. Well,
here. And
I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know who he is. I'm not sure his group is, but
yeah,
fucking Rez
no,
mentored him.
yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
he's
That's
local here in the
crazy.
valley, and I was like, I'm gonna
Oh,
go and take some like lessons from him. So he taught me like how to
That's
master,
cool.
and
I
then
want to take
like,
some. I want to take some lessons from him. You worked with Rez. I want to take lessons from him.
no, it was
Crazy.
awesome. I mean, like, I still like don't really know like. I feel like it just like it gave me that thing where it's like, okay, like it opened my world more. And then I like there's another person in that community. Um, I think his name is Gustavo Paseo. He's a Brazilian house producer, and I worked with him on mastering and mixing something. And I don't know. So I got like I was just like, I'm gonna get really good at this. And then I found like, you know, when I wanted to make more chill vapor, you know, like retrowave stuff, and I was like, you know what, my sounds don't have to sound that professional.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to do what you have to do what your heart needs to tell you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Every little flaw or like issue or imperfection becomes that hallmark, you know, or something that people end up loving.
Yes.
But you
You're right.
probably know that already.
Yeah, but
So then so now is this when you start forming, like, you go under the moniker SkyYamaha? Is that when this happens?
yeah, actually, so I was like, I just started following people on Twitter back then. I was still Sapphire Laser on Twitter, I think, and I was just like following tons of people. And like at that point, I had already like discovered other artists I like Home and Comtrues and like all of the, you know, like the starter pack people.
the big synthwave people.
Yeah,
Some good.
and
They're both great
The-
artists.
The artists on like Stratford Court. Do
which one?
you ever listen to any of the artists on Stratford Court, like Hotel Pools? Or
Oh yeah, I love Hotel Pools. So yeah, actually,
Yeah,
I
he's a
think I
great
followed
dude.
Hotel Pools.
Very good
back
at what he
then.
does.
Yeah, yeah. So I was just starting to like follow people, get into it, and it was like I was like both in both worlds. I was in like the synthwave, chillwave world, and I was in the vaporwave world. And
but
I like,
there's a lot of like, you know, like there's a
yeah,
Venn diagram there. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
exactly. Yeah, and then I like at the same time I like was starting to produce. Like I produced my first EP. Like I want to say in 2016 was when I really made it, and then I released it in 2017. So, but yeah, but at that point, I mean, I don't know, like, and then I like it took me a long time to get first album out after that, but
So
Rome wasn't built in a day.
yeah. So how do you feel like your sound has altered then from when you started doing SkyYamaha around 2016, 2017 to, let's say, like, as I became more aware of your music during like the pandemic?
yeah.
So what was the changes you think that you noticed between then and maybe to like 2020, 2021? When I guess I think a lot more of us became more aware of you around that time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
What do you think
so
changed?
well, I was like more. My first EP is more synthwave, I would say.
Hmm.
Yeah. What changed? I don't know. I was so inspired by so many different things that like led me to like create. I don't know, like the sound that I did, and I think one of them was like, I don't know. All these people would send me their like albums to listen to. I can't actually say this person's name. It's all Greek letters, but They did
Yeah.
like a global communications, like some kind of like financial like vaporwave album, which was really good.
Mm.
Okay.
It's like, oh, this is so good. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about. I think they're in Australia. It's like all Greek
Oh.
letters.
Oh, so it's not
Australia.
Culture or Epson.
Mm,
Australia.
Australia.
That's. Oh.
I bet Lux knows. She'll probably find out in a minute or
just
two.
I mean, if it's one that you can't pronounce, I'm like.
yeah, I'll have to find it. But anyways, like, yeah, I was just like inspired by so many different things, and I was making like I did a bunch of stuff on SoundCloud too before I
Gotcha.
got
Not
my
obviously
album,
not
and I think that
Tupperwave.
kind
Yeah, it's not
of- No, I love
Tupperwave.
Tupperwave. Though.
Surfing.
too
Oh yeah, I
Australian.
love those guys.
Surfing? Wait, what? Hold on. Yeah,
that
but
how
I'm
they-
joking. I'm joking. I'm sorry.
No, that's not. Oh, you're joking. Okay, I was like, what? Oh, they have albums. No, it's not surfing. But,
Sorry.
surfing.
Yeah.
Shout out surfing, who just did 3 or 4 sold out shows with TV Girl in Australia last month.
Fuck yeah. Very
Awesome.
cool.
Shout out my homeboys. My homeboys.
You said Greek name, right? Because Lux is on the hunt
I'm gonna say like
from
global
Australia.
communications or global.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so anyway, you were listening to that.
I was
And then
listening
you
to that.
got
I
later.
was, yeah, and I was just listening to a lot of like I don't know vaporwave, and I also like I was inspired by media that was not necessarily music, but like I remember I watched like all of the *Halt and Catch Fire* show, and that was still one of my favorite.
I
shows
love
ever.
that you brought that up. I always like to hear what extra media inspirations people have, or just like what besides your music
question.
inspired you.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh, is that a question?
So,
Um,
well, no,
sure,
I'm
yeah,
just
let's
I'm
do
kind
it.
of piggybacking off the
Okay.
fact
No,
that
no,
you said "Halt and Catch
let's-
Fire." Like,
Yeah.
what other stuff like that inspires you? That's not
Oh my
like just
gosh.
another artist, another musical artist.
so much stuff. Like my albums are actually my first albums inspired by a book called *The 4 Agreements* by Don Miguel Ruiz.
I've heard of this book. I've not read it, but I've heard of it.
Familiar.
Yeah,
Very
like my
cool.
song "Mirror World" is like a song dedicated to that book, and yeah, so definitely like inspired by so many different things that aren't just music. But
Wild.
Mm.
Well, listen, I don't want to be a wet blanket, but it has the first half of our show is over. And we're going to actually
Oh, wait,
take
I
a
know who
quick
that
break.
author is. He's the guy who did the teachings of Don Juan, right?
yes,
Same guy. Yes, yes.
Sorry,
He's
Teachings
the
of
same-
Don Juan's is Carlos Castaneda, which is actually like I also inspired
Oh,
by.
no, never mind.
in
But
some way.
I guess yeah, you're right. I got them confused.
His stuff is so trippy.
But he's in
like,
the same world as him, isn't he?
same world. It's more
Same
of
world.
like yeah, it's more of a
They're just
palatable
associated
version.
together. They're associated with each other, sort of.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of the teachings of Don Juan. That's so I will definitely make sure I check out Don Miguel because I've heard his name before. I guess
Yeah,
got them
no.
confused. But Carlos Castaneda. You're right.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's my second.
I love, but
album,
I'm a
more
big fan.
Carlos
But if this,
Castaneda.
but yeah, I do know. I will make sure I check out this book because I do know that those guys are in the same world together.
Mhm.
Guys, we're going to take a quick break. We have the unique pleasure of premiering a music video by Corrupt Save. Very first time it's been played from the album Channel Surf, which releases on August 16th. We're going to take a quick break. You get something to drink, use the restroom, or check out this badass track by Corrupt Save, and we'll be back in about 4 minutes. Oh shit, we're back. That ended sooner than I thought it would. That's pretty badass, right? So that was called Chase Scene. That's by Corrupt Save. It's going to be on their album that debuts on the 16th of August. And again, that album was called Channel Surf. I was checking during the video what label it's going to be released on, and he never told me. So, but keep your ear to the ground for Corrupt Save's album on August 16th. And yeah, you can disregard the question I asked you during the intermission. Let's ask some more important questions, like the good friend of the show, Puffin Bill Grooves, with our very first question. And you guys fill that chat up with questions. Go wild. Puffin Bill Grooves wants to know, how do you come up with your alias names? Is it like a vaporwave artist name generator, or like what's the story?
No, like Industrial Eve is because I used to want to like break into abandoned buildings as a kid. And so
Did you do it? Because I sure did,
until my
and it was
mom
cool as
found
fuck.
out I was like talking to people on the internet.
Oh my god! But you didn't actually do the abandoned building breaking in, the urban
Yeah, there
like,
was like these
exploration.
tunnels under ASU, like the university here, and I was like going to
sick.
meet up with people in the tunnel. But yeah, and then Sapphire Laser is actually the name of the crystal that powers the femtosecond laser that
powers the what? Hang on.
It's a femtosecond laser.
Is this like a famous laser that's like known among people that are like in the industry?
Yeah.
Damn. Good to know.
Yeah,
so that's
they're going to use
cool.
it to encode like information on these crystals that are going to last billions of years. It's like so mind-blowing. Yeah, they're called the Superman crystals.
So where did the name SkyYamaha come from?
So actually, I used to be really influenced by Hajime Soreyama.
Very cool.
SkyYamaha is like a play on that, and I used to go by the kanji, which is soda, the sky kanji.
You did, and I almost asked you for your like billing if you wanted the kanji character or to just spell it out, but then I just like got a clue and saw that you just pretty much spell it out everywhere now.
Yeah.
Much more searchable that way too.
Yeah.
Very cool. KJ Valium. My only question for SkyYamaha team. What the fuck is that noise? My one and only question is Team Edward, Team Jacob, or Team Draco, or is it Draco? All right, you got to pick one. Fuck,
Team
Mary,
Jacob.
kill.
Team Jacob.
Team Jacob. Okay, it's a good choice. Solid. Quiz wants to know, what is your favorite weapon from Unreal Tournament?
Oh, I didn't play it. I don't know what's in the
Hey, you know what? Honestly, no judgment. I've not heard or played either, so. Also, is it Draco or Draco? Don't know. Damn.
Tell me. You tell me.
All right. Keep those questions coming, chat. While we wait on some more submissions, I would like to know, what is something, because like one of my favorite things about you is that I feel like, and I DM'd you about this, I feel like you have excellent taste in music. Like you're constantly posting stuff that's like deep cuts, or like just something that like I don't know anybody else that's into. You know, like you would send me a picture and it was that fucking Exodia EP, and I was like, are you listening to the Exodia EP?
Oh,
and then you constantly
post it in the hot takes. Like
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that. And then you know, we talk about.
It's so excellent taste. Good job.
Oh, sick. LMAO. I wasn't trying to turn this into like Isaac sucks his own dick, but anyways, and then like constantly posting D.E.R.O tracks. I'm just like, oh, this is good stuff.
Oh, oh my god.
Me too. I'm crazy about D.E.R.O. I think Terra Gang is one of the greatest songs ever made, and I just love that EP in general.
Yeah.
Anyways,
no, I love. Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you see the one that has the Final Fantasy VIII influence?
Yes, I have
forever?
like all of them, and I want some more. I want some more D.E.R.O.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, Skelly, I'm pretty sure you're a D.E.R.O fan as well, right? Or if you,
yeah, absolutely,
yeah, because I know we've talked about D.E.R.O before.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyways, all that to say, I think you have excellent taste. I want to know, like, what is something that like ruins a song for you? You start to listen to it, and you're like, never mind, I gotta stop.
God, you know, the only thing that kind of ruins it is, I think it's just like there's just like a few things that I don't like, because everything's in context, right? Like,
yeah.
But I think one of them is like, do you know that Black Eyed Peas song? So I start listing off the days of the week. It's like Monday,
What?
Tuesday.
I thought that was a Sherelle song.
Oh wait, that's like a song that probably sounds really good at a bar mitzvah.
Probably. And they
my
start,
God.
yeah, it's just like, I don't know, I just can't
Ouch.
stand that. I don't know why, sorry.
I mean,
Damn.
yeah, the song is just literally like listing the days that they party, which is every day.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, it just
That's all
sounds
it
like
is?
something that you would like teach a child the days of the week with. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I
so
mean,
like you
I
don't
think
like
if you had-
overly simplistic music?
I mean,
Not
that's the sort
necessarily.
of song that I'm like, did the Kids Bop version come before the real version? Is that what happened? Like,
Oh
Yeah, I
my
don't know.
God.
I don't know. It's so
Yeah.
hard because, like, you know,
this
I
is
would
made
say
for
like,
Kids Bop.
That was
I'm not
pretty
like
funny.
big into like whistling, but then like, you know, Carolyn. I'm not gonna say her last name right, but she had that "Bunny as a Writer" song where she's like whistling. I actually
yeah.
like watched.
Yeah,
it
Carolyn
so-
Polchak. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
that's a good song.
So-
She's great.
Roge Corp wants to know if there are any newer vaporwave artists that you've been listening to or keeping an eye on as of recent.
Newer. Okay, I just discovered Ghost Memory, I believe. Which is
Oh
like the
yeah,
newer-
Ghost Memory stuff is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
I need to get
super
more into her
good.
stuff.
Yeah, like I mean, I definitely want to name drop some people soon that I really like think deserve some attention. But yeah, that was definitely something. There's like another thing that I want to say. Negative Architecture is a newer find for me. And
Negative
like, the
Architecture.
album-
I've not heard them.
Yeah, with WDE, they did Follow Attraction, which is such a
Okay.
such a good, like, it's a dream punk like ambience.
Negative Architecture. Okay.
But it's not. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
Definitely
like,
gonna make a note of that.
I'm definitely gonna make a note of it too. Interesting.
yeah.
Very cool. Luxury Elite wants to know if you have stumbled upon something visually or musical or both that you wish you could have made first.
Oh my god, yeah. So actually, Enigma,
Great
which
question.
I think worked with some
Enigma?
of these. Yeah, the artist Enigma. I literally found
No,
them.
that makes
Oh
sense.
wow. Okay. Yeah.
They're,
Enigma.
Pure
I was
Moods.
just like,
Pure Moods
gosh.
core.
yeah. I was like, I want to make stuff like that. Like, I don't know.
I mean, that song "Sweet Lullaby" is one of the.
Oh, we're talking about Enigma, the '90s group. I was talking about the artist.
Yeah, like the,
in the
s-
scene.
the sod.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. That's now.
The
I'm
visual
sorry. Yeah, I was
artist.
thinking about. I was thinking about Enigma.
He works with
I
like.
was definitely thinking of Enigma,
Light
and I'm like, have you
record.
stumbled across Enigma from the early 90s?
I was
I
like
stumbled
that
across
one
them at
Sadeness.
obviously in the context of the question I was
time
asked.
ago.
Sadness.
Obviously, why? Yeah.
In an
Okay, now I know what
AMV.
you're talking about.
in a Final Fantasy VIII AMV, Gravity of Love by Enigma.
I got you.
Ooh. I bet that was hard as fuck.
So hard. I'd love to sample.
Is
that,
that your
actually.
favorite Final Fantasy?
It's just the one like I got to watch my friend play, and then so yeah.
Fair. It's a divisive one. I could talk for hours about it, but I won't do that to Skelly. Okay, apparently I have pronounced the name of that Enigma song wrong. What is it? Is it Sadness? Isn't it a French Ça de moi? How are you supposed to pronounce it?
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got to be me. It's always got to be me. All right. What do you think is the biggest source of drama in the vaporwave scene? You don't have to name names. Just describe it. You can name names, but you don't have to.
The biggest source of drama. I mean, people are people, and this scene is growing, right? So it's hard to like avoid it. But I think that like there's still people that I think come on the scene and try to impose a little bit of like hierarchy, like in the scene. I think, and you know, like they want people to worship them, and they want that kind of like they want certain type of attention, and like there's nothing wrong with wanting attention. There's nothing wrong with like, you know, celebrating who you are. But then there's like people that think like that's just like an automatic thing, you know.
Yeah. The way of putting
Yeah,
it.
Right.
I mean, I've only stumbled across a few of those people, thankfully. So.
Yeah, you know,
Mostly
I would say 85, 90% of people in the scene are perfectly fine, humble, civil, decent people. But it's
Yeah.
that 10 to 15%, man. You remember
Yeah, I
them,
mean,
right?
the thing is that, you know, people like emotional stimulation, and they just go about getting it the wrong way sometimes. They're like,
Yeah.
to them, like, fighting and shouting and, like, you know, turbulence is like, that's the same, they get the same sensation from turbulence as they do from praise. You know what I mean? They're just,
Yeah.
their wires are crossed. Just as long as they're feeling something, and they don't understand, they can't disengage from something that's a constructive way of feeling it and a destructive way of feeling. It's just still feeling, so that's all they,
Yeah,
will get really swallowed up by that sort of thing, and they can't understand the difference between the two, like the fight.
Yeah, and I mean, I've had lots of emotional issues in this scene myself, so so I'm just like now learning like that I have to work on emotional regulation, like as another skill. Like
you can get addicted to bad
too,
feelings,
man.
you know what I mean? That's the way it is.
You have to
get addicted to bad
assume
feelings.
the best about
feelings
each other.
are a drug. Listen, man, feelings are a drug, and you got to regulate which ones you take.
Yes, exactly.
Which ones you allow to take, because you'll get addicted to them. People that get addicted to it.
Yeah.
Great answers. Chat's going off as well. Keep those questions coming, guys. What is your... Now, you're into a lot of genres of electronic music, but I want to know which one's your favorite.
Oh.
Favorite genre of music. Let's hear it.
Oh, that's a tough one for her. Oh, wow.
Trance?
Gotta be trance. Okay. Can you give some trance
Why is
recommendations?
that? Is it the melody or the synth
It's just
palette?
it's like so euphoric. I don't know how to explain it.
Also, that was your first.
It's
first
very
big scene,
melodramatic.
Right? That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
Interesting.
I think it's just the thing that has survived the most, like, because I've been through a lot of different phases,
Right.
and that's the one that just has been my bedrock. Like, it's just always been there for me. So.
Interesting. Some recommendations,
Very
maybe?
cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, I had a
let's get those
Gatecrasher
recs.
CD. There's like so many
Gatecrasher.
stuff. Like, like there's what's that one famous song by Sasha Cascade or whatever, which is like the big, like it just feels like a
Every
big
Time We Touch?
wave after wave coming at you. Yeah, it's one of the best trance songs ever.
Damn, we got a like deep cut.
Mhm.
Puffin Bill Grooves wants to know: is Robert Miles Dreamland trance or dream trance?
Dream trance. I don't know. I mean, like, I love Robert Miles. Like, Children was a big one. I listened to a lot growing up. I don't know. I don't think
Gosh,
I
I've
had
not
that
heard of dream
distinction back
trance. Is that trance after David Russo gets his hands all over it?
David.
then.
What music genre is the worst?
No.
Oh, I love your response. Aw.
I don't know. There's just a. This isn't good yet. There's just like a certain. Maybe like bar rock. I don't know. Like. I don't know.
What was that list
I
off?
would
Did you say
for the week?
bar rock? Are you about
I
to say
just made
Creed?
that up.
You about to say Creed?
Bar rock. Oh my god, that's the thing.
Maybe that's what that is. Like, I don't know. Because I mean, there is some rock I like, but there's some rock I don't like. I would say like I don't know. Is it country's a cop out because I feel like everyone's gonna say country.
It's some good country out there, but you know
There is still some good country out there. But
the
I'm
bro
not,
country
I'm not,
is definitely hard to
I guess I could
co-sign.
go my life without having to hear it ever again.
Yeah.
So.
Such a kind answer. I'll take it. What is your favorite live show that you've attended?
Oh my gosh. Okay, probably the one with my friends that had Tiesto at it, but Tiesto really sucked at it actually. Sorry.
Yikes.
No offense to him. But it had like Chami and a bunch of things. It's called the Phoenix Lights Festival. And I went. And it was just like such good vibes that day. I don't explain it. Danced like so much. Nobody kicked me out of that rave.
Well, you didn't
Bruh.
get kicked out of that one. That's good.
No.
I still
it was
gotta
just-
I gotta see these dance moves that got you kicked out of
I do,
the
No,
if you want to
it's
see my
becoming
dance
infamous.
moves,
It's becoming infamous now.
Data Girl, Forget Your Name. I'm in the music video wearing blue pants.
That's
Oh,
sick.
shit.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
real
Oh,
sick.
we gotta
And
Data
then,
Girl,
this.
forget your name. Somebody
Wait.
post
You can
that.
also go to my YouTube channel and watch my Limerence music video. Where I'm
You did a music video for
Oh, you did a
Limerence?
music video for
Yes, but
Limerence?
I'm all
Limerence is great.
shadowy,
Oh,
but it's still
shout
there.
out Lemmy.
Yeah, Limmy's in the
Music
chat
video.
actually. Shout out Lemmy.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Damn, so you're
What?
like the vaporwave video girl. What other videos are we gonna put you in? Like,
I don't know. I don't want to say too much, but I might have another opportunity with someone I really admire in the scene.
oh, that's awesome.
So we'll see. We're both dancers, so.
Somebody has mentioned twice SkyYamaha crowd killing in chat. Are you the type to jump in the pit?
Crowd killing.
Will you jump in
know.
the mosh pit?
Depends. I think it depends on how I'm feeling that day.
Whether or not you're wearing corrective lenses.
That's true.
That's my cop out. I'm like, okay, I'm short and I'm wearing glasses that I need to see. Sorry, guys. All right, so you told us about your favorite live show. Oh, wait, there is a question in chat that I'm going to ask, and then I will ask my question.
I am so happy that I did not sleep through this wonderful chat. That was
Dude,
close.
me too. Oh, the music stopped. Hang on, let me fix the music.
I woke up 10 minutes before, and I was like, I'm not missing this. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, right.
No, don't wait. No, I got this, guys.
Dude, I'm so glad you made it. That would have been wild if you didn't.
It's a close call.
I think
I've been
1 year
sick
experiment
all
asked.
weekend.
If I get this wrong, I'm sorry, but they wanted to know. Oh no, it's hydroplane into a false reality. What vaporwave subgenre are you the most excited for to die off?
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
You're not gonna like my answer to this.
You
Really?
hate future funk.
No, I like future funk. I like danceable things.
You don't like barber beats.
Yeah, you got it.
I'm not crazy about
like
it either.
I'm just not like. It's just not the thing that
Get excited about
that
it.
is lighting my fire right now. So
Honestly,
maybe there might be
And
certain
it
artists that
pretty
can use
much
it.
dominates. And it dominates. So I
right
can
now it
understand.
surely does. You know, I've heard some good barber beats, but it is just hard for this old man to find. If you got some good barber
like it
beats,
all.
send them my way. I'm always open to have my mind changed.
I like it.
Since you've told us about your favorite live show, tell me about a live show you attended that you really disliked.
Actually, that same live show I liked when Tiesto came on and played like, I don't know, like some kind of spring break music.
Some kind of what
break
music? Spring break
Spring
music?
break. Like some
Spring
kind of
break
just-
music.
not-
I do like spring break music, bar rock. We're just making up stuff. Yeah, that's great.
I don't know, just like all popular stuff that like I'm not saying there's anything wrong with popular stuff because I listened to a lot of slow down reverb eco jams type like recontextualized stuff and like old pop music from like 80s and 90s is good like but I don't know it was just like he's done so much stuff like Tiesto like and then we just felt like he was DJing at like a spring break or something.
I feel that. There's nothing more disappointing
understand.
than when you go see an artist and you like think they're gonna play their shit, but it's actually a DJ set. Skelly disagrees with me, but like they're actually gonna just be DJing and then they play the complete opposite of everything that you wanted them to play. Which that's a me problem. I recognize that, but like
Some of them different than others. Yeah.
Yeah.
Puffin Bill Grooves with the banger questions. Favorite trance compilation disc?
Oh my god, probably Gatecrasher. What?
Gatecrasher 1?
Gatecrasher what? Okay.
Oh, what?
What?
Wet.
All right.
Wet.
Wet.
Oh, wet.
Okay, like not dry.
Not dry.
Gatecrasher wet.
Dry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that in the queue right now. Thank you.
Very cool.
And also like DJ Tiesto again, In Search of Sunrise 1, Volume 1.
If you
Search
had
of
to
Sunrise
pick,
one. Okay, because I didn't. That's where I should start. I don't listen to too much.
damn,
Tiesto, so
shout out Lux. She already got it linked on Discogs. Thanks,
Shit,
Lux.
nicely done.
What a
Thank
bad
you.
bitch.
Mhm.
If you had so somebody asked for man, that was literally what I was about to ask. If you could come up with like an emblematic track, album, or artist as just like perfect example of your favorite genre, you got to show one song to someone and be like, this is I guess trance, because you said that was your favorite genre.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
a toughie, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean,
understand your reason.
is
Your reason
there-
makes a lot of sense too.
It could be track, artist, or album. I mean,
like
But if you
right
have to
now,
pick your
if I
favorite
have
genre, it has to
answer
hit
that
several
question, I might
marks,
actually like point you to some of my friends' stuff because I don't know, like to me, some of that music is more special than like just people. That
I feel
don't
that.
actually know.
So if someone's
course.
like, put me on, give me your favorite song, you'll be like, no, dude, you got to listen to the whole album. Just like my friends.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Lux with the Strip Silence favorite. Shout out Strip Silence. Loves to ask if you had to rank these three things in order of importance, right? Track title, and album art. Sorry. Rank them in order of importance.
What was the first one?
Track titles, album title, and album art.
Okay, I mean, obviously, album art is number 1, and then album titles number 2, and then titles are number 3. Yeah.
You think the album title's number 2?
Yeah.
Yep. I feel like a lot of
Because
people
sometimes people just have like they might put like numbers or something for.
They do that, yeah. It is kind of wild when you get an album and it's just like Untitled #1, Untitled #2, or or it's all in like hiragana,
Yeah, that's so iconic.
Agnos, SkyYamaha, do you ever listen to the State of Trance podcasts? Agnos used to listen to it all the time.
Oh
back
no,
in the
but I
late
used to listen to
2010s.
After Hours FM. Does that count?
After
All
Hours
those like
FM.
internet radio station, like Soma FM.
We'll soon find out. Apparently, you missed out. Agnos, the big fan. He's always my plug for good drum and bass.
Oh yeah, well he's the man for that.
I'm gonna get a hot take out of you.
Oh my gosh.
Who's the biggest douchebag in popular music right now?
Starts with a D, ends with an E.
It ends in what?
An E?
An E.
Oh, okay, yeah, that would be pretty much universally agreed upon, I think too.
Yikes, Drake.
Yeah.
Why you gotta dump on my man like that?
Sorry.
No, it's
You're
okay.
Team
No.
Drake?
I'm joking, dude.
No,
No.
I'm not.
Drake is interesting. Drake is somebody
Drake?
But he's someone who was always supposed to be like a pop rapper, but then just became like he should have remained in the same category that we keep like the rappers who are really fun but aren't like
Yeah, like
the
he
ones
was
that
cool
we, like,
back in like the
critically acclaim.
early
No,
2010s.
listen, he's fun to listen to and I like Drake, but like I'd always put him in the category of like, okay, I remember like listening to stuff like Flo Rida or Ludacris or like these artists who are like really fun party artists, but like we don't like put them in like the same category that I would like say it's like, okay, this is the one who like dominates the genre.
Yeah, like Soulja Boy.
Okay, I mean, he's definitely the best pop rapper that's ever happened.
Yeah,
but, like,
I guess
there
I'm
was
also.
never a time. I'm not gonna like start like putting like Pitbull in the same.
No,
like,
Drake is a
world
great
as, like,
answer. I agree.
Yeah, I guess also the other one that starts with that's two words, starts with a T and S.
Yeah.
Initials are TS. You'll know who I'm talking about. The plane, the one that uses
The one that
planes.
keeps re-releasing albums anytime somebody else's album gets
exactly.
some popularity. Yeah.
So happy
I'm not
to
a
hear you
huge
say that.
Kanye fan myself, but
Oh, I was actually talking about Taylor Swift. Sorry.
But Taylor Swift. But speaking of Kanye,
No, I was aware, but I was just
Okay.
I have to
Taylor Swift.
have to make it about me
Go
for a
to the grocery
second.
store and her
My
plane.
bad.
At least
No,
Kanye is an interesting character study. Like that's like a weird one. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I find it. It's it's
No,
like
solid answers.
a weird Shakespearean tragedy. The whole thing. So he's interesting to look at.
Yeah.
But he's Swift. Why don't you give the private plane a rest, please?
Jesus,
Have to go
that
home
too.
after every concert, really? Like you have to go to one of your houses. You can't stay at a hotel one time. You have to take the plane back and forth between your two houses or everything.
SkyYamaha with the popular answers. Got a lot of agreement from you in chat right now, or with you. Sorry. Well, let's keep that vibe rolling. You're gonna be so mad at me by the end of this episode.
That's okay.
Why do you dislike the act in your scene that you feel like is overrated?
So which one?
Do not tell me who it is. Why do you dislike the most overrated act in your scene?
In our scene?
Yeah,
This
just tell me
scene?
why you don't like them.
I mean, like,
Not them as people, just like why do you
Right.
not like their work? Why do you feel they're overrated?
I guess I just feel like there's a lot of attention. Like, there's a lot of albums and really good albums, so I get to also choose that they come with good people that come with the albums, if that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I think it does.
So, because there's just a plethora, might as well also choose people that you vibe with and, you know.
It's always a cool day when you find out that an artist that you really like and respect is also like a really kind person. They can't all be, I get it, and I don't expect them all to be, but it is really cool when they are,
Right. I mean, yeah. With that being said, there's still a few albums that I, just because they just like, before I even knew who they were, they imprinted on me, so it's like hard to let them go.
Yeah. Imprinted on you. I like, yeah, very, very true.
Imprinted on you. That's a good way of putting it.
Can't
Yeah, you're right.
the Smiths.
Quoting me right now. Yeah, imprinted on. I like the way you put that.
Yeah, very well said. Luxury Elite with another great question. What is your least favorite instrument?
Well,
I hope it's not the lute.
I don't think I've ever. That's an interesting one.
I'm not really big on the ukulele. I'm sorry.
It's a little
Choice.
overused these days
Good
for
choice.
sure.
Yeah, I mean,
It was cute back in the day, but now it's just like,
yeah,
Cute
I mean,
back
there's
in the
day.
exceptions
Really
with everything. I feel like
course.
sometimes can, yeah, come together. But
ooh, that's an excellent question. Shreddy Kruger, do you have any YouTube channel recommendations for visual inspiration? Or generally just
Ooh.
tripping out?
YouTube.
Yeah, I would also like
I mean,
to know
like I
your-
can trip out on like the old like Winamp visuals. So
Sick. That's some trancy shit for
Nice.
sure.
Hey.
you know.
Hey.
And I think Donor Lens used some of that too.
Donor Lens are such
So-
badasses. Loved having
Oh my
them on
God,
the
that's
show.
Such
I believe y'all have
interesting
worked
creative
together.
process for
Yeah,
everything they do, in my
yeah.
opinion.
So well, we both like
Love them.
remix.
Love those two.
Yeah, I love them. I got to meet them at Flamingo Fest. And it was
Yeah, lovely
highlight of
fellas.
the trip for sure. Yeah. No, I mean we both like remixed Data Girls like Uh-Oh song, and like we both like were on the remix comp. So I think that's kind of how we sort of started talking to each other. But then they're just like real, like especially like Tom, like he's like I guess he has a PhD in music, and he like loves like yeah, and he's
I had
mentored
no
me.
idea.
And like when I
I
made
forgot
my
about that.
Rituals album, I was like, oh, it's inspired by my Rituals album is inspired by Apocalypse Now, and I was like talking to him. He's like,
What?
I love
The
Apocalypse
Apocalypse.
Now.
Oh,
Like
I love
Apocalypse
Apocalypse. Like
Now,
the
yeah.
film.
Yeah,
I love Apocalypse Now. It's one of my
Yeah.
favorite films of all time.
It's a
yeah, it
great
is
film.
mine too.
Excellent.
Really? What,
So,
we got,
yeah.
what are your? Can you ask Isaac? Can you ask her about her movie taste? And once
Oh,
we get
God.
to these next questions and the New York question thing.
Yeah,
all
I can
may
just
interrupt
ask you right now.
I'll interrupt
I
to do
mean,
that.
we don't have we have one question pending. I would love to know about your movie taste.
Yeah.
Like Skelly is into really really obscure art films. I used to be a cinephile. Now all I do is watch 80s sci-fi. But like I love Apocalypse Now. I had a chat with someone about oh man, I just lost it. It'll come to me later. But anyways, yeah, what are you into? What are your favorite films?
Oh well, I guess one of my favorite movies is Gattaca because I saw it.
Okay.
Oh, that's a great choice.
That's just
Yeah.
such a good movie.
I actually
but
still
I
have
love-
not seen it and need to.
Yeah,
You understand
I
the
was so
general
into it.
conceit of it, right? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Isaac,
Yeah.
you know what the movie's about, right?
Generally. Yeah,
About
I think so.
eugenics. It's about eugenics.
It's funny
basically.
too that the word
Yeah.
I didn't, Gattaca is just
It's like DNA,
it's a,
right?
It's just it's all the four
yeah,
base
it's
pairs of the
guanine,
genes,
arginine,
Yeah,
thymine.
exactly.
Ooh, the doctor. All
the scene.
right.
But I
Train
loved-
Spotting. That's the film we were talking about. Sorry,
yeah,
proceed.
Great soundtrack. But I don't
Great
know. There's just
soundtrack.
like other things like that just permeate my memory, like watching Superman, like the Keanu Reeves Superman movies, like just like has
Keanu
my heart
Reeves?
forever.
Wait.
Or sorry, Keanu Reeves, Christopher Reeves. I like Keanu
Christopher
Reeves
Reeves.
too, but yeah.
Oh, the
it's
Christopher
like-
Reeves Superman movies,
yeah.
yeah, those are
Yeah,
really the first. Yeah, those are embraced. Yeah, they're just visually fun to look at. There's like
Oh, yeah.
one scene in where they turn someone into a robot. That's I guess in the third one, and that's like haunting. So it's like the most cyberpunk thing I've ever seen in my life. The third movie is pretty bad, but actually like there's one scene where someone gets changed into a robot, and like it's like you guys should just watch the YouTube video of that clip, a clip of that.
Damn,
It'll
I have
inspire
not
you to make
seen
some
any
music.
of them.
yeah.
Guess I'm gotta stop sleeping on Superman.
I've been watching way too many movies like recently, so I'm kind of like oh, what I watched Solaris, which is one of
Oh
my
yeah, the
actually,
Russian
like,
one.
Actually, I watched
the
I watched the
remake?
remake. I watched
Nice.
the remake
By,
the George
what's his
Clooney
name?
one.
Yeah, that's directed by what's his name from Ocean's 11 and stuff. Soderbergh.
Yeah, great soundtrack. Really great soundtrack too. I don't know. I just like the premise of it because it's like the alien intelligence in there is just really is like absolutely like. I feel like they just nailed it. Like you can't tell if it's good or bad. Like what its intentions are, and I just like it's just so well done.
You seen Contact?
Oh yeah, Contact.
So that was a good. I thought that was a good idea
was
of
really
alien
good.
intelligence.
I haven't
as
seen
well.
Contact in ages.
Yeah.
I need. Oh, wait, have you seen Annihilation?
I haven't. I've been told that's like.
Oh,
something
Skelly,
to
have you seen
watch.
Annihilation?
Yeah, yes, of
I mean,
course.
I thought that was a great portrayal of like
Yes.
some ultra dimensional alien. You know,
Yeah,
probably the
there's
best
like a-
alien
there's a
since
compo-
2001.
There's a component to that film that I really like. I don't know if I don't want to talk about it too much because it's spoilers, but like there's like
Yep.
a theme to the movie that I liked a lot in there.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean.
Really? Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
We probably
I'm not 100% sure, but like I don't know. Anyways,
probably do.
Yeah. I feel like I don't know. It's just like very doom laden.
Yeah, you're
Or
right. You already got it.
If I'm remembering, if
You
I'm
already got the
remembering
theme.
properly.
You probably already do know. Yeah, you know the theme. I like
Yeah.
that.
There's another show. There's this show called Dark on Netflix that I feel like does that really well. Just doom the entire time. I don't know. Soundtracks.
You ever watch any? Have you ever seen any films by? My favorite guy is Andrzej Zulawski. You ever seen any films by him?
Mm.
Man, I
Okay,
wish.
so maybe you've seen maybe Possession.
Oh, I haven't seen Possession.
Okay, go watch Possession.
Okay,
My favorite film. My favorite. If you're go watch some of his movies. That's my favorite director. On the Silver Globe is one of my favorite movies. It's a weird. It's like a sci-fi-ish movie, but in the same way that it's also not. It's just it's good. Andrzej Zulawski, Zulawski for the last name, but I think you should check out some if you have time.
Andrzej Zulawski.
No, I will for sure.
This man knows his film. Lux has another great question. What's new? Do you have an old website or old program in particular that you used that you miss dearly?
Oh my god, I don't know if it's still up. Ishkur's Guide to Electronic Music. Is that
yes,
still
Ishkur's
floating around
Guide's still out there.
Okay.
Yo,
that site
fucks. Wow, yeah, that's a blast from the past.
Ishkur's
right there.
awesome.
Ishkur, wait, hold on. Did they make the music? Hold on, there's one thing. You keep talking for a second. I gotta look up something.
No, Ishkur's bad. Like, there's really nothing more to say. Ishkur's Guide to Electronic Music is so exhaustive. Like, you can get lost in that for ages, and it's so accurate too. One thing I'm really bad at. Skelly will beg to differ, but he's wrong. But I'm bad at music history. Like, I can describe current breakcore music really well and tell you about the players, but like before Venetian snares, like I just don't really, you know what I mean? Like,
let me tell you one thing about Ishkur.
I couldn't tell you about the 70s electronic duo that inspired breakcore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the thing where he had like the breakdown of the different subgenres and stuff, right? And like it was like almost like laid out format, right? All right?
Yeah, it's like a long graph.
I know who it is. Okay, now I remember this. All right, now I'm going to have to lay some criticism on this guy. There was a big, you may not remember this, but there was a point in time where people were actually criticizing him in like the early 2010s for not including vaporwave on his thing.
Yeah, I still think it's not
there. He got real dickish about it. It was like, vaporwave is a way of making music, but it's not a style of music. Actually, I'm gonna say fuck him for a second right now because here's the thing. Fuck him because I remember he made some big fucking deal about the fact that because vaporwave doesn't actually exist in a geographic location, that it can't be considered a movement because it's spread apart. He said he considered it a way of producing, and he didn't call it So like I was like some real old man vibes when he said that. So I mean, yeah, I liked it a lot, and this is I like his music a lot. You can definitely get lost in it, but like he was real dickish because people were coming at him about that, and he was just like. He was too old to understand the concept of like the regional world of music being separated. Well, he didn't understand the concept of like, it's on the internet, but the internet is sort of a regional scene right now when like-minded people get together and are talking to each other. Like now it becomes a regional scene. It's divested from geographic location, and it's now like your location on the internet.
I'm sure it's not the only scene that does that too in the 2020s.
Well, no,
but
obviously, I mean, we talked to I remember I talked to the SlimeWire guys about the idea that like the SoundCloud rap was the same thing too, right?
Yeah, SoundCloud absolutely was not bound to a specific region.
Exactly. So, but like this was in the early 2010s, and like people wanted him to update it and add vaporwave, and he considered it just a way of producing music, but not a scene. And like that was a thing, and he got really like upset and got really angry about people even suggesting it to him. And I'm like, but like I knew he was wrong for thinking that way, and I knew that was an old way of thinking, and this is like the early 2010s.
You sound old.
And is it? Yeah.
Oh my god, I love it. Ishkur's Guide to Electronic. That's a really fucking good answer. Okay. I know you said you couldn't name a favorite musical act, but if you had to name...
was that the question? Name a favorite musical act?
Well, no. The question is, I want you to tell me the most overrated song by your favorite musical act.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to answer that. because I
Too
I
hot
try
for
to-
hot takes.
I don't know. I try to like rotate out my songs so I don't get burnt out.
It's fair. I don't. You know, some answers are too hot for hot takes. We'll come back to that. No, we won't. That's okay. Keep the questions coming, guys. We still got 20 minutes left with Miss Yamaha. If you could see any act live, who would be your top 3?
Oh, I mean, like Daft Punk probably is one of them. Although I did see some tribute concerts that were pretty.
Hell yeah.
You know, I don't know. Let's see. Oh my gosh, this is so good. It's like I like it, like going through all this list. I want to see some of my friends live. I want to see Alpha Chrome Yayo live.
Alpha Chrome
Oh my
Yayo
god,
is
that would
awesome.
be so wow.
Yeah.
He would be so charismatic live, I bet.
Yeah, seriously. And then
He would be so much fun live. I would love
seriously,
Yeah.
so much fun.
Alpha Chrome Yayo has got great
He probably
vibes.
has so much
Such a
stage presence,
creative
something live.
person.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can't hold that. man
Definitely
down,
short
you know what
list
I
for
mean?
the show.
Oh yeah, that's true. We've got.
He would be delighted to hear that
figure
you
out how to do
said
some
that.
international artists
Absolutely.
again.
I mean, he's like a radio. Actually, he works for BBC Radio.
Yeah, isn't
I
he in like
believe. So
Ireland or
he's, like-
Scotland? That
Yeah,
would be
he's in
easy to pull
Belfast,
off.
Ireland. Like, yeah.
Yeah, he's in
You
Ireland.
know, I mean, yeah, I know there's a couple. Yeah, there's like a couple places in the world where there's like just amazing plethora of artists, and I just want them to like bottle their water and send it to me so I can drink
Right.
it
Water and send it to me.
and, like,
Alpha Chrome Yayo bathwater.
Belfast
You
is-
heard it on Hot
yeah,
Takes.
one of them, and Brazil is the other one. My friends in Sao Paulo.
Oh, who in Brazil?
So yeah, like okay, so I have a lot of friends in Brazil that I like to shop. So Z.E.R.O is one of them. I don't know Z.E.R.O, like not the with the zero.
The
Zero, like-
Z.E.R.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. He's also
Yeah,
a
they collab
visual
with Daydream
artist.
Deluxe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and I've done some collabs. So him and his friend Default, they have Drowned Memories. So I don't know if you've ever heard any of their stuff, but it's absolutely amazing. Like I can't like they do something slightly different on each album, I think, but they like to incorporate a bunch of different genres, and they just do it so beautifully. Like so.
That's cool. I do
Um,
love some experimental like boundary pushing every now and then, or like some good. Yeah, when you blend
Yeah.
things that you never thought would blend.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean they're like really iconoclastic because like Z.E.R.O is also like a visual artist, and
Ooh.
like you can
Too
I like
cool.
I can recognize his. Yeah, he does like I see his work everywhere. I don't like I don't know if he like has compiled it
So
like in
so
one place. But
so there's Z.E.R.O with the dots, and then there's Z.E.R.O.
yeah,
and they're both
Yeah.
visual artists.
yeah,
Both
and
producers.
It's confusing.
It's funny because I met Z.E.R.O because I was just like tagging the other Z.E.R.O and I tagged him, and then he turned out to also
Right.
be a visual artist. So then,
Yeah.
like yeah, and then he did my like him and his friend also helped me with like some J-Card stuff with my first album. So I mean
Too
they're really
cool.
awesome. But yeah, no, like if you look like his artwork's everywhere. It's like one of the Desert Sands albums. His artwork, like he
Mhm.
did one of the Uniwa ones.
Oh no, they
recently.
both released through Hyrith. Unreal. This is
That's
getting
funny.
weird.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly. Oh yeah, he has another project which is Yami Destiny, like Darkness Destiny, I think. And he like actually one of my favorite albums of 2023 he released, which is called It's 90 Seconds to Midnight. And it's about the Doomsday Clock because
Ooh.
if you know they actually like lowered it to 90 seconds in 2023.
Oh my fucking god.
So and the
shout
album
out
is
Lux
just
for the
a
link.
journey. Yeah, the album is just
That's
a
so
journey
good.
into all of the times they change the clock, like up and down, and it's just like so eerie. And each
Yeah,
year,
that's
it's like
that's
all
dark
based on
as
the
fuck,
year.
dude.
So good.
Wow, I like it.
Yeah.
I gotta hear. I gotta
We're definitely in the
listen to this.
golden age for like doomsday music.
Yeah, I guess we are. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
how about
Ognos
Christ's last
Media.
album?
Ognos
WW,
has
with my Rex tonight.
true. Yeah, good point, dude. Ognos wants to know what your favorite Tool song is and why is it Vicarious?
It's Vicarious. You're right.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
Actually, Schism is probably my favorite one because it's, and the visuals for both Vicarious and Schism are just so amazing. Yeah, I was like, I just taught myself how to play guitar this year, like actually
Sick.
like in
Yeah.
June, and I was like, what am I gonna play? I'm gonna play Tool.
Right.
Was the first band you wanted to play was Tool?
Yeah, that's a
Yep.
great way to learn.
And Fear Factory. It was like Fear Factory and Tool.
Factory and Tool.
Sick.
And
Nice.
System of the Down.
Very sick. CB TV Hayes TV. Team Bin Laden or Team Bush?
Oh God, what?
The fuck?
You heard it on Hot Takes.
There's no team here. There's not. I will not be joining teams.
I love that. That's good. That's good.
Unless it's Team Kate Bush. Kate Bush. That's a
Kate
different-
Bush. There we go.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Tool follow-up
Kate
question,
Bush.
courtesy of Lux. What are your feelings on 10,000 Days?
Oh, I love 10,000 Days. That's probably my favorite album.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
People are going nuts in the chat. Vicarious, is that not how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
I guess I just don't know how to pronounce anything. Everybody's just always got something to say about how Shiro pronounces things. Whoops. My
Have
bad.
you seen the music video for that?
I have not. I'm
No.
sorry.
I mean, I've seen most
I
of the Tool
live
music
under
videos.
a rock.
Oh, all the
Isaac,
Tool
good?
music
Cool.
videos are creepy. They're creepy. It's good. It's like kind of
Yeah,
an
for sure.
alien like planet and
I could
like,
see that.
like a slave planet. I don't know.
Wait,
It's
Isaac, you've never seen any Tool music videos?
I have. I just haven't seen. Wait, are you not speaking of a specific music video? Because I've definitely seen a Tool music video, just not.
Oh,
Vicarious.
Yeah, she's speaking of I've actually never seen it either. So
Let me
I've
figure
got
out.
to
There's
go
not a
YouTube that.
video for that song.
okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
I can take it. I've got thick skin. I'm just kidding. Do you have any sort of like go-to happy music or sad music or like angry music? Like,
The trance is the happy music you go to.
is it?
Okay,
I always
I
thought the
think it's
best
sad
trance
too.
sounded kind of sad.
Could be sad too, for sure.
Yeah, or like
Okay.
really romantic.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's like I don't know. It's so hard to answer this question. There is a lot of sad songs I listen to. Sometimes I like do it purposefully, like. make
Oh,
me
dude, I
sad.
definitely do that. Oh, I'm sad. Let me listen to something that'll make me sadder.
Exactly.
Uh,
Yeah. So.
I'm a big
Mhm.
fan of shoegaze whenever I'm not happy. Love to listen to some good shoegaze or like some Telepath or something. But I mean, I'll listen to
Yeah.
Telepath even when I am happy, but like,
Yeah, I don't know. I guess.
Oh, man.
Oh, there is like like there's some good ambient that makes me feel sad. I feel like I don't know, but not always sad. Sometimes it also makes me feel like introspective. But like the Selected Ambient Works Volume 2.
Oh yeah, you like
Oh,
the
okay.
ambient one, the Volume 2?
Yeah,
Oh,
for
that's
sure.
a,
I
that's
like
a
Volume
fire
1 also,
answer.
but
I mean, everyone
but-
likes Volume 1, So.
but Volume 2, like number 3, is real.
Puff and Bill Grooves, favorite trance subgenre, and why is it Goa trance?
I love Psytrance and Goa trance. I don't know. I'd like to make it too. I've tried a few times. I don't know how successful, but yeah.
I still need to figure out what the like little minimal light motifs are that make them different from each other, but I haven't found that out yet.
Yeah, I guess.
To
I
Ishkur's
like
guide.
that you use the word
Like there's
motifs to
the
describe
drums
it.
pattern is very like it's not like I think there's like it's very like like
Yeah. That is one thing that I do respect about trance is like I feel like a lot of genres are differentiated by the drum patterns. Trance kind of isn't, or maybe it is, but like to me it's like it's still very like
Interesting.
housey, but like it's just I feel like what makes trance is like what they do with the melody. Or just the specific sound font they use makes it trance.
yeah. I mean, it's more of the journey and like the build up and the climax and all of that good stuff. So,
Hell yeah.
yeah.
We got some backlogged questions. Lux wants to know, now that it seems that the SkyYamaha project is over, what are you planning on doing next?
Oh my gosh. Well,
Good question.
that's a really good question. I have another album that I haven't decided how much of it I want to release because I don't know. There's just something about bit rot. I don't know if you know what that means.
Bit
Just
rot.
like bit rot. Like something just
This is
sits
gonna
too
be
long.
good.
Someone
Yeah.
just sits too long, and then you grow like as a musician, and then you try to go back and try to like work it and release it. And you
That's the
can't.
word for that?
I think so. I don't know.
That's
Maybe
a
I
good
made it up.
word.
Well, it is
think
now.
I have so much bit rot where stuff like one day I'll release this and I'm like, I don't do this
Yeah.
anymore.
No, but like I think.
And then I'm like, I
released-
guess maybe I'll be able to do some of this on compilation. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to say because like
Bit rot.
I
That's
want to
great.
be
Glad they taught
respectful
me
of
that
people's
word.
attention because I feel like already grateful people put as much attention on me as I do. So I want to be grateful for that. So I want to give people like the creme of the crop kind of thing. So, but it might
100%.
only end up being a few songs. But then I like do also have this vaporware album. It's different from a vaporwave,
Vaporware.
which is like I composed like this game album like in 2021, and then I composed like the second game to it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'd love to release it. I just don't know how it happened. But yeah, no, I mean, like I already have another project that I've been working on. I make also like meditation, sound healing music, and
Mm.
like with like brain cymatics, like solfeggio frequencies, and like all those 432 hertz like things. And I have like a YouTube channel that I like update with that stuff, and it's a totally different vibe, totally different project. Like I
Called
make hour-long mixes of just like how relaxing can I make this kind of thing, and it's just I'm
Nice.
What's
doing
the
it like
YouTube channel?
it's a YouTube channel, yeah. I
What
like
is it?
I don't know if I should say it
Oh, you don't
yet.
have to. Never mind. I'm sorry. You're
Yeah,
mentioning. I was. Yeah. No.
because
No. Of
it's so
course not.
cringy. Because I'm trying to learn like the YouTube algorithm. So I've been just like my first like set is like a bunch of clickbaity like crap, and then after that I was like you know what? I don't. This
No
doesn't feel right.
disrespect.
So I was like trying to
none
put out things
whatsoever.
that like were so more like
Do what?
representative
Yeah,
of me.
do that, and then you let us know when it starts taking off.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I mean like even though I'm not monetized, I have like a few tracks that have like like 15, 16,000 views on them. So
It's pretty big.
Sick.
it's like yeah.
Too cool. All right, we chat's doing a good job. We got always in the room. Question for Sky: any underground artists you want to plug?
Oh, I mean, like, I want to shout out to the. Are we shouting out people now? Is that
Usually we do that in about 5
times?
minutes. But hey,
Oh, okay.
let's hear them.
Okay. Well, I mean, I gotta shout out to the Desert Dreams Collective people.
Oh, yeah.
First off.
Some
Like,
good people.
AJ and Twin Crab, who is a phenomenal like drummer, phenomenal. Just like I got to rehearse
Love those
with them.
guys.
And I was just like, I put some random eco jams I've been making, and he just like immediately he picked up the beat, and it was like a
Very
banger.
cool.
I was like, this is so awesome. So, like, definitely check out like the Desert Dream Collective people. I think,
Oh yeah.
like in terms of underground, like I don't know why I do have like, it seems like there's an overwhelming amount of South American artists that like I really gravitate towards. Like Mise, I don't know if you know who Mise
We need to bring
is.
more of them on this show.
And yeah, no, like there's a lot. But I like After Death Television has some cool stuff.
After Death Television's great.
Yeah, really great.
A lot.
So-
Television's awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, like, I love Alpha Chromeo, and I think you guys would have a really great time having Alpha Chromeo.
I'm just now getting into
And-
Alpha Chromeo, and I really like what I've heard so far.
Yeah, and Alpha Chrome like is doing a video game album, like legitimate one.
Oh yeah,
Legitimate
baby,
one.
let's hear it.
But Promise Mascot Agency is the name, and I forget the name of the. I have like a couple other games before this one, but yeah, you should check it out. Sure.
Promise Mascot Agency.
Mhm.
This scene is great with titles, man. Let me tell you. Hydroplaned into a false reality. What is some advice for making original compositions instead of using samples?
That's a good question. Ooh. It's hard to say because I feel like it's come pretty intuitively for me, and like with my background with the violin and all these other things. But I think that like there's no shame in like taking a song you like and trying to deconstruct it, like at all. Like I wish I did that more. For sure. Like, and then just like, so like you go and you say, this is the verse, what makes it, like, let's try to make a verse. And, a verse is more conversational than a chorus, and a chorus is more like, like the energy of the song is in the chorus. And then, so like understanding like the dynamic maps and like how to transition from those two. And then maybe you need a little section in between, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Just keep at it. And like, really like once you start getting the groove of it and you start feeling it, that's when, you've done it. So.
Hell yeah. No shame in starting. Like, honestly, I think I said it on Adventure Time. The first step of getting good is sucking a little bit. Got to start somewhere, man.
Yeah.
Trite but true advice. Luxury Elite, with all the art you've made in the last few years, which one is your favorite? If you can't choose a specific favorite, what's one with which you have the fondest memories?
Okay, so I did artwork for both Alfred Cognito's got a album, a bath themed album, and
I remember him talking about that.
Yeah, So Keen is the name of it. And actually, how it happened is I sent him the artwork, and then he made the album. So
Funny.
I just loved making that. It was just like so fun. And then yeah, the other one is like, you know, I loved working with that donor lens also. They gave me like a reference image of some like vision boardy type stuff, and I went from there. And you know, they're like, we want Uncanny Valley. All your stuff looks kind of Uncanny Valley. So yep.
I feel like you and like Orograph have the Uncanny Valley shit figured out. And I like that a lot too. It's like hyper real.
Yeah.
Well, let me see. Can we get one more in real quick? Because you did your shout out. This is a perfect question for you. How important you already ranked album artwork as like important? Like, how important would it make the difference to you versus like would listen versus wouldn't listen? Like, can you please talk a little bit more about like how important album artwork is to you?
I personally love it. I think it helps me connect with music, and I think it's just like part of the lore of the album. But with that being said, there's plenty of albums that I feel like I'm like about the thing, but they're still great music. So like, you know, and there's like also there's like, I think this happens a lot. Like trance might like release a compilation. It has cool artwork, and then the artist might go and individually release their stuff and then use some random crap. And they're like trying to market it for whatever year they're trying to market it at, and like it's stuck in like some crap from like, you know, like that was cool in 2010.
It's like dated.
Not really, but even not then, not really. It's just like maybe
Not
like
really
much text. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
You know that meme of like the smiley going like this? It's like when the zip file of the album has track artwork for all the individual tracks.
Oh.
That's me.
Oh god, I did that one time.
No, that's good. I think that's
like
cool.
That smiley is like, like,
yeah, when you got all the individual track artwork. That's sick. That's some shit I would like manually. I would manually change that shit on iTunes. I would.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I mean the thing is, it's a lot of work to do that, and
yeah, it is. It admittedly
at the
is.
expense of me like maybe like procrastinating on releasing work I should release. So
fair. Well, we're down to a few more minutes, and I hate that the show is literally almost over. It's been so much fun. It's gone right by. So I just want to know, you know, you did some shout outs, but do you have anybody else you want to put us on? Do you have anything you want to promote?
Oh, gosh.
Is there anything that you, with this platform, would like to say?
I mean, there's so much, but like I am going to be doing a live show like with the Desert Dreams in the end of
saw that.
August at the Cahokia, which is it's at a museum, and it's like been a dream of mine.
Very
like,
cool.
I want to go to a museum, I'm an art museum, or I want my friends art at a museum, and I want to go. And then so now like, you know, this came about, and it's like a really cool like an indigenous BIPOC space, and I'm really excited to play with them for that. Yeah, I think that there's a lot of really awesome things coming out, and you know, like I'm just always trying to keep up and like give like attention to the right things and make sure that I have enough energy to appreciate the people and the work, because I really feel like I really want to always go deep into whatever it is I'm listening to.
I like that. Lux linked the tickets. Guys, get tickets and go out to Cahokia Presents Desert Dreams, featuring SkyYamaha, KJ Valium, I believe, and Twin Crabber playing, along with some other people that I don't know as well as I know you guys. But...
yeah, I'm still like, I haven't met all those people. Like Inadrim, I've met a few times. I haven't met the other ones, but we are like, I have listened to some of their stuff. Really good. Everything I've heard so far is incredible. So
yeah, definitely go out if you are able to.
Rating, so.
Yeah, we do love our Desert Dreams people. Well, Sky, thank you so much for joining us tonight. You were a delight, and it was very nice to be able to pick your brain. Thank you so much for being willing to come on the show. Shout out Skelly for floating the idea. I co-signed 1,000%, but shout out Skelly for the idea
Thank you.
to
No,
begin
thank
with.
you.
It's been good. Do you have anything coming down the pipes, Skelly, that you want to keep us apprised about?
Album's out in October.
You got a date. And are you going with that album artwork that you kind of teased me, or are you changing that up?
I showed you.
You showed me a thing or two.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
noticed you've been kind of getting into the photography thing, so I wondered if you were
For funds.
changing that up. Gotcha.
know, but I'm
Very
just-
cool. Well, I
that's
liked
just
what
for
I
fun.
saw.
Oh, thank you.
It's going to be good. I don't have a whole lot coming up either. Coming up on a live stream event that has yet to be announced. Did y'all see Vapor Ray? Is it Vapor Rays? Vapor Rays finally got a day. The day is unknown to me because I forget everything instantly as soon as I bring it up. But Vapor Rays is going down, and got September 24th, Lux. Thank you. You're an angel without wings. The lineup, I kind of got a quick look at, but I'm not going to, of course, repeat anything because it's not out yet. But it's a great fat lineup. All donations are going to go towards Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS. So that's going to be really good. Really dear. Yeah, absolutely. There is as yet no cure, so all donations will go towards, finding a cure, man, and awareness. I've got a really cool 30-minute neo R&B set with a lot of like early 2010s, like, how to dress well type shit. It'll be good. I'm pretty proud of it, and I'm glad that's going down with poster flyer artwork by Crystal Eternal. Shout out Crystal Eternal, great work. And then another live stream that hasn't been announced yet, so chill wave set for that. Some great George Clanton and like Brother Tiger type stuff. I've got that in the pipes. But no live shows. Y'all don't forget, don't sleep on your boy Young Shiro. I'll tear it down. Thank you so much for everybody for being here. Long-term viewers and new viewers alike. I appreciate you. I appreciate our mods and everybody that is an active member of the community. Don't forget, you can join our Discord server if you want to, the outtakes. And, of course, you're invited to donate if you feel the spirit moves you. Follow us on social media. And, of course, don't forget the Hot Takes Volume 1 comp that we used to raise over $1,000 in donations for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. I almost forgot Vapor Aid. You can watch the entire thing on YouTube. Check it out. It's badass. And, of course, check out our new and updated official Spotify playlist. It's been a lovely night with you, SkyYamaha. Don't forget to check out her work, her visual work, and her audio work, and buy her shit. If you like it, spend money on it. We support each other on Hot Takes. We're going to run that Corrupt Save video one more time, but I want to make sure that you guys know, same time, same place in 2 weeks, we're going to be bringing back some people from prior episodes. We're going to do an hour each with Christ and Limerence. In 2 weeks, that's 8 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/hottakesvapor, Monday, August 19. Have an awesome night, you guys, and check out the new Corrupt Save music video from the forthcoming album on August 16th. Have a good night.